Hello.
Okay.
Welcome in.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna stop because there's always someone giggling at it.
It's gonna be me. I'm sorry, everyone.
I always forget it's gonna happen. I don't know how I forget this. It
No, it's
happens
great.
every
I love
week.
it. I love it. But I hope you're all doing well.
I hope you're doing well.
Thanks,
Exit
that's been
page one.
D&D for this week. We are so happy to have you. We will see you again next week.
Wait, no, it's okay. I think I can DM. I'm sure I've got the prime cut somewhere still. I can.
Oh shit! The prime cut.
I'm cut.
Oh,
I don't remind me about the prime cut. I still have PTSD from that food festival. You claim it's a food festival. I still think it's just a cult, really.
Can't it be both?
yeah. Why can't it be both?
No,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair. I've been reading a lot of Murim webcomics lately, and it's all about cults and sects anyway.
Yeah. I'm sure there was a tent somewhere where some hanky panky was going on.
I heard
Yeah,
cult
yeah.
and sex, but I think it
No,
was
sect.
SEC. Yeah, I didn't. But in my
There's a
defense,
lot of like, like the blood demon cult and the
I didn't even
sanguine
pause to
heaven
think I heard
sect.
that incorrectly. I was just like, yeah, sex cults.
See, now it's funny. In literally the first 2 minutes of us actually going live, we've immediately demonetized ourselves again.
Well,
But
Once
we
again,
can.
we
Can't be
cannot be
demonetized if we're not
demonetized.
monetized.
Because we haven't been
Demonetize
monetized.
us. Yeah.
That's it.
direct YouTube.
Yep.
Silly boy.
One day we will put it on a shirt.
Oh god, that would be.
You know what else you said you were gonna put on a shirt?
Your
Oh, there's
face.
so many good quotes. I have a quote here from ages ago that says something
Oh.
about you can't shibari a boat. You guys remember that?
You know what? I kind of want to argue against that because the
You think you
bigger a
can-
boat is, the more rope knowledge you need to make it work.
I mean, I
Huh?
guess
Okay.
if you had a figurehead like on the front of the boat, you could do that. Give it a nice little harness,
I mean,
It's just a figurehead doing an ahegao, and it's got the TK knot.
It's an anime girl figurehead.
oh, I'm sorry. The exact quote was "Shibari won't hold the boat," but now that we've clearly
Okay.
said-
Welcome in, kids to the chaos. For freaking banter. Which
Oh,
is lovely.
okay.
And if you're wondering who the people bantering are, it's me. I'm Joseph Oser, the dungeon mistress of this campaign. The campaign is called, and I won't butcher it, the Quintessence, a Sammantis Chronicle. I win. Game over. You all lost.
What?
Damn.
But
even know
I'm
we were
joined by
playing.
all my friends.
But I feel like a
All of
winner.
them.
Yeah.
Every single friend.
And did you know that you are also all winners? Because we have rowed you from Participation Award.
Pew, 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 pew.
And who are you playing today? And then I want you to throw someone else under the bus.
Oh, sure. Well, for today, at least, I'm playing Forrest Barkley, our Goliath Paladin. And he found pirates, which he's very excited about. And then I'm just going to reach next to him. I'm just going to grab that person and just...
Good. Hi. It's me. Was I the bus victim?
I
Again?
mean, the police will have to do a DNA test to verify.
Thanks so much.
I just saw that there's gift sub bundles are currently 35% off.
They are.
Oh, cool.
Wild.
That's wild.
Sorry, I just wanted the bus was just
That is
backing up and
talking
going
talking
forward.
over
Oh
a
my
corpse
God.
here.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a little
Back it in,
wow.
okay.
Oh my gosh.
Hi.
The bus has moved on now.
Okay. My name is Cuddly Raptor. I'm haunted by a bus. Every day I see it in my rear views. It's everywhere. I can't stop it. And I play Morel. So, yeah, no last name. Last names are for nerds with an octopus. That's not part of the last name. Like I said, there is no last name. Yeah, she's a sorcerer. I would love to do what Roju did and poke the person, but I can't remember where he is. Oh, wait. There.
Oh no! Oh, wait! Whoa! Wait!
Wrong
It's
guy?
me, no, it's
No,
me.
hang on,
Really?
What?
That's
Gosh.
me.
Yeah, I did it. It's you.
Well, I am the person
That's
that's
one.
being poked in front of the bus, but I did a nice little dex roll and I ran away. Oh, it looks like someone's getting some food. That's not
It's
fair.
a disembodied hand.
Where's mine?
Where is
Anyways,
it?
I am Meta Sorb. I play Trish. She is our lovely bard. She's more interested in books than she is about the world, but she's learning more and more every day. And talking about her biggest pain in the ass that she has to deal with on the ship. They're the smallest person on the ship.
That would be me. I'm the smallest person aboard the ship, otherwise known as Tinker Slobbersnout, and he's just a little kobold, just a little guy, just a little funny looking, funny talking, funny drooling type of guy.
He's funny drooling, but his drool is not fun.
No, not at all.
Ah, little play on words.
Tinker is a
here
joke,
on
except
Snake.
his slobber.
But
I
did
know.
you also know, as you can see on this pretty beautiful overlay that we've got, there's a lot of rainbows because it is Pride Month, everyone. Pride Month. It is. Today is also Happy Gay Day of Pride Month.
There
of
we go.
Rainbow Year. And this month, on the 23rd, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Cuddly Raptor, we will be doing a special stream. Just like last year, we will be doing the Big Pride Game Day, and we will be playing Repo with a whole cast of Natural 30s, including the very rarely seen Denimation.
She does exist.
She does exist, and we have made sure to schedule this when she is available, mind you. And for the month of June, all profits, all proceeds will be going towards a charity. This year, we're doing a Swedish charity, RFSL, which is a pretty big non-profit organization that focuses on education. And it does a lot of work. Apparently, even Cuddly taught me doing the research. I wasn't aware that they do international work, which is wild.
That's cool.
Sick.
But I've been reading up on what they're doing, and they're doing good work, and I'm happy to support them. It's something that most Swedish teenagers are taught is if you have questions and you don't know who to go talk to, go to RFSL. They will answer any and all questions.
That's really good.
Yeah. It's like one of those, if you don't feel comfortable talking to your parents, go to RFSL.
Dang. It would have been great to have one of those. They were just like, if you don't feel comfortable talking to your parents, push those feelings deep inside a bottle and like bury it
Oh, yeah,
deep
yeah.
within yourself. Yeah. So I love what they're doing.
Yeah. To be fair, my friends and I, we usually went there because they give out free contraceptives. Because they believe in protected sex.
Once again,
That's good.
You know,
Winning
just
across the board.
They are also the only reason that Swedish, like, sex education isn't just fear mongering. Just saying.
Mm.
Usually, when they show up to school, that's when it's good. That's when it's fun time.
And that's why we're supporting them, because they're doing awesome stuff.
They're doing awesome stuff. But that was it for announcements, I believe, unless we have anything else. I think is it
Josie,
Just- yeah.
is there a one-shot happening this month?
Oh boy, there might be. Let me.
Never mind. I thought I saw a date for it in the Discord.
There might be. No, here's the thing. It's not currently in my ballpark.
Mm,
It's actually, I believe.
it was?
Hold on. There might be a bus.
Okay, there's someone with a really guilty look on their face on screen, if you can see. So
Yeah,
just-
I
just
think
put it out.
last I
There's
checked,
no-
I asked one orb to let me know what date would be good.
Was it a dry or a moist orb?
No, I think it was a wet
A
orb.
wet orb. Okay, yeah.
Looking
No,
pretty
that's
wet
actually
with now. Is that sweat
Yeah.
I see?
Yeah.
Sweat.
A
So it's-
self-moist
Me too,
bubble.
guys.
But I do believe that I asked for you to check a date, and you said this one maybe, and I said get back to me when you figured out if it's confirmed.
The DMs are
And
being
yes,
aired, everyone. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, who would have thought that the red shirt is the one getting thrown to the wolves?
Womp womp.
Gene Roddenberry would approve.
So I think it's a watch this space for the one
we'll,
shot.
we'll get
Oh,
back
yeah,
to you
yeah, yeah,
regarding
yeah.
the one
I-
shot.
I-
think,
I-
Watch
is-
this
is
space.
the way
Go
it
watch this
goes.
space. Again, yes. Yeah.
Shall we play some D&D in the meantime, though?
Absolutely.
No, I really want to just ram him with a bus.
Roger, I think you need to save Orb's life here. I think you need to play the
Oh, God.
Roju, roll the clip.
Rolling.
If only someone would procure me an artisan capable of capturing my beauty. Words spoken by Requel the Lustrous.
I'm literally gonna fight her.
Last
Shout out
time
Requel.
on the Quintessence, a Sammantis Chronicle, Josie has to turn the volume up for the audio. The group aboard Hold Eater continued on, finally reaching the river that exits the Amber Lake towards Logvar. After conversation with Sam, they found out that Logvar was apparently something of an internment camp, where prisoners were sent to be prepped and wait to then board dishonored ships. Leviathan hunters, protectors of the sea, where they had chosen to, rather than face their original verdict, their judgment, they opted to instead serve an undecided amount of time at sea. Sam was heading there looking for a person who might give her a clue to where she could find Finnica, what she quickly described as a less shitty hag. The group then simply continued their trek, entering the river, trying to navigate the river. Mirelle, haunted by thoughts of one father currently waiting for her by a river on the other side of the Amber Lake, and the fact that there are traces of a Leviathan within the Amber Lake itself. In order to find out more information, first one of the group, she decided to put a drop of blood on a specific calling card. And hopefully, within 2 to 3 business days, the ship will have a visitor. On the other side of the continent, Forrest found not only pirates, but also information surrounding the disappearance, the theft, the kidnapping of Eobard. Ibisil Daria, whom Forrest had traveled with, who was suspicious enough, where Vanya had asked Forrest to wait before asking anything, turned out to be someone who procures craftsmen to come work for the Wind Wailer herself, Rekwal. Upon learning this, Forrest struggled to contain his rage, sadness, disappointment in the world, in Ibisil. Perhaps a sense of not understanding of why anyone would do something like this. Ibisil did not know anything specific surrounding Eobard's situation, simply that Eobard had arrived in Rekwal's Reach. He had spent some time there, and 2 or 3 years ago, he apparently finished his commission and hasn't been seen there since. Ibisil had no information about where he could be, about where he might have gone. But she did say that Rocco Sr. was the person who apparently arranged for the theft of Eobard. Implored by Aza, Forrest allowed Ibisil Daria to go. He then followed Asa, Dougal, and Two-Shot Tony back across hills and a couple of hours northeast of the city of Campbell to where they had hidden their ship among some trees.
Didn't.
Hidden. They had tried to camouflage the mast of the ship as a tree. To, shall we say, limited success. Aboard, Forrest and Vanya saw a smattering of people from different walks of lives. Lawlessness and freedom aboard this ship, as no one judged each other based on who they were or where they came from. There was a beautiful chaos aboard this ship as an older turtle woman was shooting lightning bolts at a lightning rod while kobolds were climbing up and down the ropes and the mast. There were Simorans of all kinds. There was a very voluptuous lizard woman aboard. There were several Nons, where one was apparently this grumpy old man, but also the dwarf Bearbar. Bearbar, recognizing the armor as well, definitely took some liking to Forrest and listened to the story. And Bearbar mentioned having seen in the gardens of Rekwal's Reach a beautiful piece of arbormancy that Bearbar thought could have been Eobard's work, but had not confirmed such. Now, being optimistic, Bearbar, of course, said that you could travel with them, you could stay on the ship, and they could help you meet up with your friends sooner. And with an assured nod that might not mean it, Asa brought the two of you, Vanya and Forrest, up towards the captain's quarters. She promptly kicked the door in, sat down in the captain's chair, pulled out some charts, and said, "Let's get to business." So currently, Forrest, you and Vanya are within a beautifully decorated, large cabin aboard this ship. There's a grand desk, a beautiful writing desk. There's a bed, there's a sofa, there's bookshelves. Asa has sat down. She has pulled out sea sharks, but they look slightly different than what little you have seen aboard the Hold Eater. There's just something else about them. And Asa puts her taloned hands together, like braiding the fingers together, leans her beak, her sun parakeet cardinal plumekin form, and she says, well, I understand that Bear Bar was excited to meet you and made some offers that we can't actually stand by. We do not have the space or really the time to take the two of you on board our ship when we move. But what we can do is agree where to meet up. And we can do it somewhere your friends can find us. We will be moving further into the Golden Grove to the east to set up a more long-term camp for when the darkness comes. And once that camp is set up, you and your friends are welcome to stay with us. That I can promise.
All right. Fair enough, I suppose.
And Vanya will also sort of like half whisper, more like quiet talking, say to you first, I also still have some things to do in Campbell regarding some things for Hold Eater.
Oh, right.
We did pay for a room as well, and Patatino is still there.
True. Patatino, I'm pretty sure he can find us wherever we are. It's fine. But,
Vanya, like, raises an eyebrow towards you, but doesn't ask anything further.
and he kind of, like, peers down at the map.
Mm.
Right, so the Gold Grove is this big patch of... Is that supposed to be trees there, is it?
Yes, it is a large, yellowy brown forest with the grand trees. Much easier to hide our ship.
All right.
But it is known as a bit of a... There's something about the Gold Grove. The animals are a bit ferocious in there. It is one of the larger forests on the north side of the Emberlands.
Can they be more dangerous than the Wandering Woods?
And Asa will look at you and say, you know what? I'll take your word for it. I have not been to the Wandering Woods.
Is there a place in there exactly that you're going to be, that we can find you?
Here's what we'll do. And she will point on the map. She will point and say, along the Massing coast, there's a point where the tree line and the coast itself meet.
I see it. There you go, chat.
One day's walk due west into the Golden Grove. That's where we'll set up camp.
When you say one day, is that one day at what I can go at, or one day at what you can go at, or?
Let's just say go west until you find us.
I mean, it works.
Yeah, it works.
The darkness shouldn't have settled by then. You should be able to find us without much difficulty with that information.
And what if I get there first?
Then you'll simply have to wait.
Where should I wait?
Just anywhere, and we'll find you.
Just somewhere in those
then.
trees. Oh my God.
I guess that makes sense. All right. Well, that's fine. I'll. Vanya,
Yes.
I cannot remember if you do. You have a map of this area?
Not on me, no. But I'm sure we can find something.
All right, because what was the name of the place again? He says, realizing he wouldn't be able to read the name on the map anyway.
Which place? Do you point on the map?
Yeah. So he sort of points at the
Okay.
what he figures is
Garnheim.
Garnheim. All right. Is that a lake? What is that thing? Is that a lake or something?
No, that's land.
Oh. What's the wee liney things then?
That's a river.
All right. Well, maybe I'll message him tomorrow and let him know. Maybe to meet there. Is Garnheim? It's that an all right place? Are they nice there?
Asa looks at you, sort of like inspecting you, trying to glean something,
Amazing.
and
What a
says,
specimen.
not really. They stick to themselves, but they don't want... Let's just say they're unfriendly.
Okay. So maybe if I tell them in this wee bit here to, you reckon they could make dock at the land there?
And
I think that's the
Asa
right
will
word.
say, that's where I meant, yes.
Oh. He looks very pleased with himself.
So cute.
Good. All right. Well, I'll let him know tomorrow then, I guess.
And you know the last message you got was that they were close to Logvar.
Yeah, so it shouldn't take them too long, theoretically, to...
Oh, do you want me to do some math on that for
I
you?
would
to
love
travel
for you
that far?
to, because I'm not going to. I'm certainly not going to figure this out. Not if you paid me. And you can subscribe to our YouTube.
If you want us to get paid less, make sure we get paid first.
This is true. This is true.
a good way to put it.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A week, probably. A week.
When exactly do you plan to go over there?
We still have some errands to do in Campbell, some provisions to acquire, some errands to run. We also gotta wait for our captain, or at least news of the captain, before we move on.
Okay.
So, we're looking to leave in 3 days, I think.
3 days. All right.
Depending on the weather.
Aye,
We'll
it's-
be moving when the weather is at its harshest.
does
To make sure
the
no one catches us.
does the lightning cause much problem for your floaty boat?
Not really. We have safety measures in place for that.
Ah. All right then. Well, 3 days. All right, I'll go speak to Berbar then again and let him know we won't be joining you, and I suppose we'll see you at the edge of the Gold Grove. Though I might be back to see Berbar again before you go, if that's all right.
That's understandable. I did also offer to answer any questions you might have had about Reckwell's Reach.
Oh, I got a lot of those.
All right, we can do a few.
So Why are they doing this?
Why are they doing what?
Sort of gestures vaguely around him, taking people and they're making things. It didn't make no sense to me.
It is to humor Reckwell's vanity.
What's a vanity?
Someone who cares a lot about what they look like.
And she likes jokes, does she?
Some types of jokes.
Because it didn't sound like she has much of a sense of humor.
Vanya will, as she's now very used to, put a hand on your back and say, humoring someone means allowing them to do something or playing along.
Oh. It looks a bit sheepish.
Asa continues saying, yeah, there's people in Reckwell's Reach who believe that the only thing they are good for is making the lustrous one be happy. They are doing it to garner favor with one of the Quintessence.
I guess.
She asks, they provide.
Does this Reckwell, does she know that they're taking people though?
Honestly, I don't know. I think, if anything, she doesn't even care.
How can someone be that heartless?
You see, Aza, even as a bird person, looks uncomfortable, like she's trying to steel herself before she speaks. And then she says, rumors say that she is heartless because she tore her own heart out after the War of Tides. Losing her own people caused her so much pain that she decided to simply alleviate herself of anything she considered bad.
Kind of sort of ponders that for a bit.
My grandparents spoke of a time before the war when Reckwell truly was the goddess of freedom, when we would fly the skies with her. We would laugh and dance in the air. And after the war, after she smote down her own people, forced them to the ground, apparently it hurt her so much that she decided to stop feeling pain.
No, I can kind of understand that. It hurts a lot when the ones you love hurt.
It does. And I think it hurts even more if you're the one hurting them.
Aye, that's true.
It
One
doesn't
thing.
excuse what she's done.
Nah, it doesn't. But understanding helps, I think.
A little understanding goes a long way. There's even rumors that the part that she tore out of herself is out there somewhere.
Heart just sitting out there.
Yeah. I heard someone say something about her other half out there saving people. It's a rumor. I haven't seen anything myself. Probably just speculation.
Well, I don't know what that is, but I suppose it can't hurt to keep an ear out for it. Whatever it is,
Yeah.
I suppose. Maybe I should ask around. Couldn't it hurt to to ask some people. Sort of like pondering, where would you put a heart anyway?
Also, what would it look like? Considering she's one of the Quintessence, I don't even understand where to begin assuming.
How is she still alive without a heart as well? I want maybe Tinker would know, he's smart.
Vanya says, we'll make sure to ask him. But it is... I fear if we don't get moving soon enough, Forrest, it'll be dark before we return to Camp Home.
Oh, aye, true. Well, one more question then. How do I
Yes.
get to this place? Is it
What place?
oh, Requel's can we sail there? Because I know, and he's sort of like, you can see him recalling the verbatim in his head. It was Requel. No, what was it? The office of Requel. Requel's Reach on the other side of some sea or something.
Yes, Reckles reaches to the east, a bit southeast from here, past the Emerald Deep.
How long would it take to sail there?
By airship, a couple of weeks, maybe?
Oh, it's a long time.
Yeah, it's... Especially in this weather.
Aye, true. I suppose we won't be going anywhere until after the dark has passed.
Yeah, I don't recommend moving in the dark.
We're moving.
Oh, we're still moving.
Oh, we're moving in the dark.
Well, I feel like I've got a lot more questions, but I cannot think of any right now. My brain's a bit... There's been a lot of new things in my brain after this, so perhaps when I come back before you leave, maybe I'll have some more questions.
I'll see about making a copy of one of our maps.
Oh, that'll be helpful, thank you.
Yes. And Phil, if you have any more questions, feel free. But I also knew you wanted to talk to Bear Bar.
Oh, aye, just to let him know what's happening, I suppose. It's just been a lot today. There's a lot to take in, I suppose.
All right. Well, I wish you good luck, and we'll see you in a couple of days.
All right. Thanks for your help.
Thank you for sparing Imbecile. Though I don't agree with what's going on at the Reach, I still don't want my people to suffer. Unnecessarily.
Sure. I understand. Well, hopefully it was the right choice. Only time will tell. Right, let's go, Vanya.
Vanya says, all right, yes. She tags along. As you head out, you see in the rain, standing, currently smoking something, like just leaning against a railing, rubbing the temples of his head. You see the non that was down in the basement yelling at some teenager who's just like rubbing his temples, muttering like, oh, why do I stay here?
And yeah, gonna make our way back to where we were chatting with Bearbar, who's presumably
so you
still
head
in the
down.
same place.
Yeah, you head down, you squeeze in between this really tight space of like cabins that have been built into the ship. You have to step to the side where the little like ashy gray with smatterings of blacks, another plumekin comes and just like as you pass by, just hands you a bowl and says, "Eat."
Oh, excuse. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and then you see the voluptuous Simoran lizard lady says, "Don't worry about Fat Nugget. He just means swell."
Wow.
Whoa!
I'm just gonna let you all know that's one of Denny's characters.
You know what? That makes complete sense now.
I have no
Yeah,
questions, actually.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Denny. Yep, Denny's
Yeah,
character.
that's
Yep,
100%.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yep, 100%.
Got a Fat Nugget?
So you get a bowl with some stew in it. You pass through, trying to move your way down, and you get to the really loud engine room that's just thrumming constantly now. And as you step in, you see that little teenager-looking fella pat on the shoulder of Bear Bar, who pulls something, just like chucks a big lever and goes quite like powering down, and the thrumming stops. Bear Bar takes off like big, thick goggles and says, "Oh,
Hello, Bear Bar.
hello, Forrest."
I'm back. Just had a chat with Azza. Apparently, we can stay on the ship.
Oh,
But we'll be meeting up with you wherever you land in the forest.
I had a quick think. If you wouldn't mind leaving the pieces of the armor with me, I could make sure that having it fixed up if you let me take some measurements.
Oh, well, I was actually going to ask you to take the whole thing and fix it up if you could.
I don't really have the tools. Here I'm less of a blacksmith and more of an engineer.
Oh, I see. It doesn't say.
Forrest,
Yes,
back
no,
did
no.
not say.
If you leave the spare parts with me, I can make sure to fix it up a little bit at least.
All right. Well, I plan to come back then before your ship leaves in a couple of days. Will that be enough time?
That might be tough.
Well, I suppose I
might
guess I'll see you at the later at the thing. I suppose if I'm not leaving all this ding ding with you, I suppose it can wait. It's not like I'm using
I'll
that bag
have
of...
to work on it in between my shifts, so it'll take me at least a week.
Oh, that's fine. All right, well, you hold on to that. It's half years in a way anyway, I suppose. But
Thank you.
I'll. Did you
I
need
do
me
hope
to?
you find Eobard.
I'll find him.
I don't doubt it. I can see it in your eyes. Determination.
It may be the one thing I have besides being big.
Those are both good things.
All right. Well, I was going to come back and see you a couple of days before you left, but I guess there might be no need now.
You're always welcome to come over and chat.
Hey, well, maybe you could. Maybe when I come back, you could tell me a story about Eobard when you knew him back then.
I'll try to think of something.
All right. All right. Well, thanks again, Bear Bar.
You're welcome. Be safe.
Oh,
Keep the hearth warm.
all right.
It's
This
a
is clearly not
proverb.
honest.
It's a proverb from Haig. It means to always carry warmth in your heart, to be welcoming and open.
Oh, that's nice. Right, my heart's warm. Thank you.
Good.
All right, I'll see you later, Bear Bar. Let's go, Vanya.
Likewise. Good to see you, Vanya.
Just dragging her around.
Yeah, she nods. She's got the moment of like, okay, this person apparently knows me from when I was really little, but I have no memories of this person. It's just a bit, awkward.
Yeah,
Just
I've met family
meeting
friends like that.
Family
yeah.
friends are like, oh, I knew you when you were
And they're
yay
like,
small.
oh, look how big you are
you were
now.
in
And you're like, I
diapers,
have
and
no
I'm like,
memory of this
I didn't
person.
want to know anyone when I was in diapers.
Yeah. That's what Vanya is currently going through. So she's just doing that polite smile and nod.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess we just clamber down off the ship.
Clamber down.
and-
You also realize as soon as you start climbing down the rope ladder, that sort of illusion, as soon as you're like halfway down the ladder, just like all the sounds of the ship disappears.
Oh, yeah.
It just goes eerily quiet. All you hear is the woods and the rain.
Well, that was
You and Vanya
a time.
make it back to Campbell. Yeah? No, you want to have a talk with Vanya? Go for it.
Oh, I was just going to comment.
I was talking over you again.
Oh my god, how
Oh,
could
no,
you do
It's
this?
all right. I'm
Not
used
again.
to it.
You both make it back to Campbell, safe and sound. Is there anything else Forrest wants to do with this day?
Not that I can think of specifically. Kind of probably just gonna lie down in his bed and kind of just stare at the ceiling and just think about everything that's happened today.
Vanya will tell you that she's happy to resign to her room, and that tomorrow she might want to run some errands in Campbell.
All right.
And
This errand
she's
needs a lot of exercise then.
Come again? Is she
Errand.
just confused? Errands?
Damn it.
Hey, he's getting
Errand.
a lot of running around
No,
all the
errands
time.
is when you have to do things. When you have a lot of little things you need to do
Oh,
that aren't at home. I need to go and talk to some people regarding the workshop I want to set up in Holbeater.
oh right, you mentioned something about that. Did
Yeah.
you need help?
Like- Yes, I was gonna ask if you wouldn't mind helping me carry something, or maybe look a bit scary if needed.
Like this?
Yes,
I
to
could
make
do
sure
that.
no one tries to trick me.
Oh, you seem
'Cause I'm
pretty
gonna need
smart.
to
I didn't think
haggle.
they could trick you.
I'm gonna need to haggle a lot for it, and I'm not used to haggling.
Well, I can't say I'm good at this haggling thing either, but I'll do my best.
Thank you.
Just come get me tomorrow before you go.
I will. I will.
If you didn't
And
mind,
she- Yeah.
I might just lie quietly here for tonight.
Yeah. You, I assume, doff your armor, you get comfy. The bed is sized. You definitely got a room with a bed for your size.
Oh yeah. We be stretching out.
Yeah, it's compared to what you've been used to lately, it's an actual bed in appropriate size. There's even a large wash basin.
That's
Literally
You're gonna
me
be
coming back
spoiled.
from Japan.
Just starfish in your
Like,
own
oh my
bed.
god, I fit again.
Is there anything particular that Forrest is thinking or feeling this evening?
I think it's just brought a lot of feelings up, because when it's taking like a big step closer towards where it is, where he's trying to go, but it also made it apparent how far away it still is regardless, and so it's sort of just freshly aching a little bit and just processing all of the emotions of the day.
Over on Hold Evening, the rest of you are also having dinner, getting ready for the evening. The sun is setting. Anything particular going on over on the ship?
I remember a very panicked Cuddly saying, "Oh, Orb and I are gonna dump spells," but that's really all we did, I think, at the end of the day last time.
We can
So.
hop till tomorrow then.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, I mean, last time Tinker was shut in his room. Are we allowed to?
Oh, you want to know what Tinker was up to?
Yeah, I want to know what Tinker was.
Oh,
Because I have realized that when Serena gave us cards, Meryl actually, I don't think she took one. I think she politely declined. So she would have had to knock on the door and ask Tinker for a card. And he must have given it to her because I put blood on it. So
the way, like,
Yeah.
when you knocked,
yeah.
Tinker wouldn't have opened the door. You would have heard a muffled, like, "What do you want?"
And I would have had to explain, "Do you have that card?
I have many cards.
You know, the blood one."
Okay, that's narrowed it down to 3.
I'm going to choose not to be concerned. The
Good
one
choice.
from Serena.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah. And under the door slides the card.
Oh, well, that was easy. And that's how I got the card.
That's how you got the card.
And she wants to ask then, and then she sort of hears you doing, I don't know what, and she's like, Maybe
how
later.
hard do you listen at the door?
"Oh, I don't know. Can I just roll a perception?"
Because I described jackhammers and vacuums.
Yeah,
going
you
on.
did.
Okay, all right. Well, I want Cuddly, I still want you to roll a perception check for me.
Okay, DM Aussie. I have a 21.
Oh, shit. Okay, so if
Oh,
you
very
listen,
good.
through the jackhammers and vacuum sounds,
Yes.
you could swear that you hear some very, very delicate ting, 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 like almost as if the jackhammer and the vacuum sounds are a cover for some very delicate work.
Tinker? Doing delicate work. This doesn't sound like... What is Tinker been
tinkering?
replaced? Yeah, Tinker
Yeah.
tinkering?
Yeah.
All right. She'll leave you to it.
Do you know what I need though? I need you to roll for weather.
Weather check.
Me?
Oh,
Specifically me?
I need a D10 from Forrest and one from, yes, let's say Cutley.
Okay.
A D10.
And
10.
a D's nut.
4 from me.
A 6, because I just had to outdo you.
Wow.
In Campbell today,
So fancy.
the rain is just pouring down. Light on winds. It's just a very heavy rain. Not the worst you've seen so far, but still pretty bad. For the Hold Eater, it is just ever slightly different. The rain isn't as bad, but you also wake up to the sound of lightning and thunder.
Sorry.
And it sounds close.
Great.
It's not really coming through there.
But there's lightning, so
You do see lightning.
That's good.
Is
You
it
know-
very, very frightening?
What?
Yeah, okay, yeah. all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well,
Okay.
consider my
That
question
was
answered.
Perfect timing.
I'm just a small girl from a small family.
When you wake up, Mirel, when you wake up and exit the captain's cabin, you do see, with full pack on the back, you see like a satchel and that really long, like leather. It looks almost like an instrument case, like a really long one. You see Sam, Six Gun Sam, standing by the railing of the ship with all of her package ready, and she sees you and says, "Oh, I was gonna go now.
I mean, how close are we to land?
You're on the river, and it's pretty tight river. It's only thanks to this
Oh, that's
season that
right,
you can
yeah.
even navigate the river.
Yeah, that's right. I was thinking we had rounded the coast a little bit.
Not yet.
You will be all right.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I just really don't want to be on the ship when you get to Logvar, because I don't want to, get involved if anything happens. Also, I'm going there with my own business, and let's just say I've got a reputation.
That is fine. We never saw you.
I mean, you can say you saw me, just
And
not
you were
that I'm
terrifying.
with you. Terrifying? No, not terrifying. Intimidating.
Very intimidating. Are you going
Someone
to...
who respect,
Are you going to say goodbye to your fellow cabin friends? And she kind of looks down. Like, she and Trish were flirting pretty heavily yesterday, so I'm just looking out for my girl's welfare,
Sam says, I think it's better if I just go before we get there. Because we're not far away. And I really need to go.
Mhm.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
And then she says that she puts one, boot up on the railing. And she's like, I'm going now.
Be safe.
Yes. You too.
Does she look like she's going? She's not going.
She's like slightly, it's more like she's pausing to see if there's something else. Am I good to go?
Yeah.
Do I have permission to leave?
Yeah. No, by all means.
Okay, bye. And she just yeets herself off the railing and lands pretty elegantly on the ground.
And Mirel will lean over the side and kind of give her a wave and say, very respectful, very intimidating.
Yes. And I don't know.
Very normal.
No.
She was trying to gesture at herself when she said that.
Not normal. Never normal.
Till next time.
Till next time. And she puts hood up, and it just with her big hair, she's done the thing where she's taken her braided hair and put it up as a headpiece, and she tries to as she says that, till next time, she tries to put the hood up and it just doesn't fit. Almost like when you've got headphones on, you try to put a hood on,
Yeah,
and
and you're like,
Yep.
and she's like, bye, and she just walks away.
And Mirel is gonna, you know what? She's not gonna laugh because it's very intimidating and respectful of her to not be able to put her hood up. Yep.
Almost admirable, actually.
Oh, gee, when did you get there?
I was always here. I thought it was rude that she didn't say goodbye. No, Morel, I wasn't always here. I just walked up to see her jump off the boat.
I'm going to put a bell on you.
Please don't.
Right in your little squirrel. You'll never see it.
No, don't touch Harry.
Got a name.
Oh, he has a name. Oh, he names the squirrel.
which is
Oh
Harry.
no!
It's
Named
Harry.
the squirrel.
Named the dead squirrel.
No. Hey, I have an
No,
idea.
no.
though.
Harry was his name before he was dead.
So it was a pet squirrel that
That
died.
is worse.
Or better.
Yeah. Downstairs, you hear Trish sort of just playing her lute.
Is it a
That
sad
performance
song?
I was gonna say
Modifier.
tuning her lute.
She's sort of trying to come up with a song, so she would play a little bit and stop, change the tune of it, and then try a whole different melody to it. She's humming along to it as well. It's got a nice little upbeat sort of
Oh,
sound to it.
happy song. We love that. Here, I thought since your girlfriend left, you were gonna be really sad.
It's actually given her more confidence.
That's cute. That's very cute. That's cute. So Tinker. Your
Yes.
card. She holds out the card.
Oh, I was wondering what I did with that card.
Yes. Well, as you can see, I am very sneaky.
No, you're not. You're actually very flashy. You just, well,
Okay.
especially now. In fact, you stand out like a sore thumb.
I have a question for Morel. It's been a few days. Have you done any alterations to your appearance?
I have a question for Josie. It's gonna take us a week to get there.
Yes.
No, I haven't done anything.
Okay.
Yet.
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 Yeah. Yet. Yet.
That's how you say goat in Swedish.
Oh, I haven't done
Yet.
anything, goat.
That's
Not
why
anything
she's
goat
the
related.
yet.
Yeah, and then she will kind of look at him and say, "Was your work productive?"
Oh, most certainly.
She's kind of waiting for more.
So about that weather. That doesn't sound very good.
No, it does not.
Oh, terrible. I definitely do not want to be up there in the crow's nest when that storm passes us.
Could be fun.
No, I'll get struck
Or
by
me.
lightning. That's no fun at all. Your idea of fun is very dangerous.
As soft music comes from downstairs, you all get ready with your morning. As you approach Logvar, as you start seeing the thinning of the forest, you see like flat land instead with some hills. The river continues, and you see this massive, almost like a keep or a castle city. But it is flagging only flags of 2 harpoons crossing a heart throughout the whole structure. You see a line of people standing in the rain and mud outside. There's armed guards almost everywhere, walking the walls on top like a palisade, on battlements. You see crossbows and ballista. As you approach, you see a sluice, like a river lock. And as you get nearer, a handful of individuals in heavy cloaks and this metal armor hail down the ship, and they call out, "Stop! You needed to stop!" You see like several individuals just waving their arms, yelling, "Stop! Stop!
I think they want us to stop.
Halt!"
Just went back.
I would think if Mirella is gonna stay up and she knows they're getting very close to Logvar, she's definitely gonna have her cloak up, but she also might be away from the side of the ship as they go on.
Wait, is this a job for Captain Tinker?
This is a job for Captain Tinker again. Yeah, because as soon as she sees people that might stop a boat, she casts invisibility on herself and goes. Bye.
See you, Felicia.
And then she goes, I'll go get Trish.
Okay. You want me to deal with this? I can deal with this.
Oh, you can deal with this.
I can absolutely deal with that. Where's my cannon? I'm kidding.
I'm not going to stop you.
No, I'm just gonna go over there and shout out, I don't know how to stop this thing, and watch them panic.
I mean, it's
All
a
right.
big ship. How do they expect
Yeah,
it to stop that
exactly.
quickly?
So Morel's
Like,
gonna go grab Trish just in case they need her, and then.
And then Tinker runs into the captain's quarters and screams out to Holdita, Holdita, you've got to stop!
And you just feel the boat, like, standing up on a bus, and it just goes like... and it starts breaking really quickly.
Which
I wasn't even gonna stop. We should ram them.
Trish starts swearing as Morel comes down because she was writing down the lyrics and her inkwell's now has been spilled.
Oh
all
no!
over the paper.
Worst
Just
timing.
look down at your papers, and it's all covered in ink.
And you hear a very sympathetic ooh from the chorus. No one is there. No one is there.
After she hears that, she turns around, looks both ways, and
Oh, just me.
what are you doing?
There are people upstairs, so I
There's
You know.
people upstairs.
thought you would take it from here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
You and Captain Tinker.
Not Captain Tinker. Was it Tinker that made us stop like this as she picks up her papers?
Almost definitely.
I got half a mind to do what you're doing and not go up there.
You're gonna leave responsibility for...
Oh, that's
Yeah,
such
yeah,
a bad idea.
And
Amazing.
she's like thinking about it as she's like put a necklace on because she was in a normal form. And she's like, it would just be so easy to just know I better go up. And then all everyone hears in Draconic is Tinker!
Upstairs, Tinker, you see this, what looks like a man in this armor with a thick cloak that's protecting him from the rain. Says, I need to speak with the captain of the vessel.
Oh, excellent.
Tinker puffs out his chest and goes, that would be me, Captain Drymouth. Tinker smiles his smile with drool dripping copiously off out of his mouth.
That's amazing.
All right, Captain Drymouth. We have a problem.
What would that be? And how is it my
Your
problem?
ship's too big.
Oh, that's rude. You can't tell a ship that they're too big. In this day and age, that's just proper.
Trish comes and pats you on the back. While doing that, you get parting inspiration. Now, Captain, let's try and calm down a little.
I don't know if it's possible. Tinker's chest puffs out even further.
Even more. Oh my gosh.
No, it's not that you can't pass, or that I'm trying to judge your ship. Oh, great Captain Drymouth. But we're gonna need some time to open the big gates.
Tinker now sort of like leans out to look further beyond the ship. Does he see the gate?
You see this Emberkin man who's got like fairly decently kept facial hair. It's like short, very symmetrical, very very nicely kept, but it is short and definitely cleaned up around the edges.
Oh,
Says we're gonna need you to pay a fee to open the big gate because it takes a lot of manpower.
Or I could just go through it.
You
Oh,
really
I don't-
can't.
I don't know about that, Captain. Maybe you should use
Well,
your
we
strong
had to pay
muscles.
the fee on the other side. We're gonna pay a fee on this side too.
I mean, you could go up and
That's
help.
usually how tolls work. Yes.
What if the good captain went out to help? He's a pretty strong lad.
No, that's not the problem. And then you see the person points further ahead of the ship, and you see like an actual sluice lock where you are in front of a massive wooden metal gate, and beyond it, the water level is like several feet lower.
Ah,
That should have been advertised on the other side. Honestly.
otherwise we wouldn't have come
People
through,
don't
would we,
usually
Captain?
go all the way through. Not with ships that size. I am a
well,
bit worried.
That's not how Captain Drymouth does it.
Now,
I
Captain.
might have
Poor
to call
guy.
my supervisor in case you break something as you pass through.
Well, I think we
When
should
you
go.
do,
through.
get him up here so I can give him a piece of my mind.
Well-
Honestly, all of this. should be
Okay.
advertised
And you
on
see the
side.
person starts
Captain,
walking away.
captains, calm down,
What?
Captain.
What? This is double dipping.
I know they are. Just, I'm playing the part.
Oh.
I'm holding you back,
Right.
making you seem intimidating. Okay.
That's really good. That's really good.
Yeah,
What-
just
what do you think of my new name? Sam said I should get a new name.
yeah. So, like I was saying, we're acting. All right, just calm down a little. Old.
Breeze right past the
A few minutes later, you see the same guard come out with an individual who's also wearing a big cloak. You see a dwarf, this large, wide-shouldered person with incredibly meaty fists. Steps out and, like, with determined steps, comes towards you. This person is not wearing like a full plate armor of any kind underneath. Instead, it's more like lighter clothing, but it still has like emblems of the Dishonored, as you've learned now, but also something more on it.
So Trish will step forward and go. I present you our honourable and most strongest of captains, Captain Drymouth.
Is the platform that they're on lower than the ship?
You are technically several feet higher up than
Excellent. Tinker will take a bit of a running start, leap off the ship, utilizing his spring step slops, and then if it is a sizable distance away, he will then use one of his vials of slow fall to slow fall gracefully, featherfall, sorry, gracefully in front of this well-dressed gentleman.
Wow.
I will say, if you don't use that vial, you will take some fall damage.
That's why he's using the vial.
Okay. So you take a few steps, you get running, you launch yourself off the ship, you do a somersault, and then you uncork a bottle.
Yep. And then
What happened?
he throws it down, and it creates this soft pillow. He throws it down, shatters on the ground, creates like this foam, and he just kind of lands amongst the foam.
Okay.
Nice. Like straight into a ball pit.
Yep.
Yeah, like a stunt balloon. You land softly, it quickly deflates upon impact.
Trish will
And you-
follow,
you-
but she's gonna just put
Oh my God,
fly on
everyone's
herself.
leaving this shit. Huh?
No, no.
All right,
So,
bye.
so she's just gonna cast a little fly on herself, and she's gonna just seem like she's taken a step from the ship, and she'll just float down right next to her.
Okay. Yeah.
Landing. Tinker.
They are currently focused on Tinker and don't see you do that.
That's good. That's what I want. I'm not being the thing. As Trish
Tinker
will
will-
land. Sorry. You go.
I was gonna say Tinker will extend a hand to this new gentleman and go, "That's right, Captain Drymouth, Captain Clumsy Hand Drymouth, at your service." And he puts out a hand.
Hold on, I gotta write this down.
Oh my God.
See, Tinker thinks if he goes the exact opposite of what his actual name is,
Genius.
no one will know, right?
It's
How could they
it's
know?
Perfect.
Yeah,
No one will know.
No one will know.
This large dwarf sighs deeply, looks down at you,
Tinker's offering his hand.
puts a hand out, and your entire hand is like you basically just shake two of the fingers on this
Tinker
hand.
grips as hard as he can with the gauntlets of ogre strength.
Okay, make a strength check.
Tinker, you're gonna down.
Shit.
Tinker
I would like to
asserting
push.
dominance.
Hey,
Jesus.
hey, hey! Bardic inspiration.
And I'm using Bardic Inspiration!
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
okay.
god.
Alright, what's the Bardic Inspiration?
I think it's a D8 now.
D8 now?
Ooh.
Excellent. Alright, so we're gonna add the D8. That's gonna give us, okay, that takes us to 18. Then the push is gonna take us to 21.
Wait, how did you get to 18?
Oh, did it? Hang on.
I don't
Because
know.
on my end,
Oh,
it
no.
looks like you
Nice.
rolled 11 plus 2 plus 3.
That is my bad. I thought it was a different number. That is my bad. So it is actually a 16.
And he would have gotten away with it.
You
too.
go to squeeze, and this what you can only assume to be some form of sergeant just goes.
What? No, but hang on. He's a tiny kobold. Like, he's exerting so much strength for a tiny.
Yeah,
Not
I
even impressed.
This guy's not.
I
a
rolled
clever-
a natural 19
Oh
plus
my
modifier
gosh.
on a strength check. So
What the heck?
this dwarf then takes the thumb and sort of like squeezes your hand, like your entire hand, and it's not necessarily the pain, but you start hearing like whining from your gauntlets as the dwarf is like squeezing.
And to save face, Trish will now tap you on the back. Oh, now, Captain, you don't need to show off.
But I was just shaking a hand. How was that anyway?
You got another bardic inspiration from that.
How? The chest swells again.
My name is Sergeant Airlear, and I understand that you want to pass through.
Oh, most certainly, yes. I thought we were going to turn around, and that's just not going to help anyone.
Looks at your ship, and how would you turn around?
Well,
With difficulty.
we'd
That's difficulty.
get the ship up.
You
spin it around.
asked for a supervisor, and here I am, and I'm going to tell you exactly what my subordinate would have said if given the opportunity. We are going to exact a toll on you passing through, and we are going to need time to open the big gate.
And that is fine. But there should be a sign at the other side saying that there's a second toll.
How much is the toll?
5 gold.
That's not the point. The point is that there should be signage on the other side. Just like you should have a sign here saying that there will be another toll at the other side.
You do realize we are completely different areas of the land with many miles in between.
You
And we
can
have
send a
no
letter.
active.
You could swear that Harry the Squirrel has now started to droop a little bit down on
Oh,
Tinker a little
no,
bit.
it's-
Just a little bit. Almost like a very very well represented haircut that we all know and love, you know? I think everyone knows the one I'm feeling. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Captain Drymouth,
Yes, that's me, Captain Drymouth.
I understand that this is not to your expectation. But unfortunately, I can't do anything. Would you like to make an official complaint to our complaint box?
Do I ever want to?
Captain,
Yes!
oh, Captain. Let's calm down for a second, Captain.
So you
I'm
need to
going
get
to need it in writing.
in writing. Okay. First, meet Trish. Fetch me my quill and paper.
Turns around and just floats back up.
No. Use the ladder.
she continues to.
I was gonna say we don't know where.
It's just like not.
We have no way to
Chris,
get out of this.
Perform magic in front of
Chris,
everybody? Yeah, okay.
Are
yeah,
you
great,
currently in
fantastic.
disguise?
Yes.
What does your disguise look like?
An Askin.
And what?
Huh?
Anakin.
Okay. You see this, the first guard says something to the sergeant, who then looks, and Tinker, following their eyes, because you are quite observant, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
They're definitely looking at, you know, the three-toed, taloned footprints being left in the mud.
Oh, my gosh. Not this again.
And the sergeant,
Need to get us some boots.
the sergeant just shrugs. Like, I don't get paid enough for this.
Absolutely love this sergeant. This
Seeing
is
this, Tinker would wink and go, she's actually very embarrassed about that condition, so if we don't make a note, don't make it obvious. That's kind of rude,
Make a persuasion check.
With bardic inspiration. All right, we're definitely gonna juice that up with the bardic inspiration.
Okay.
So
okay.
you get an 8.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll take an 18.
ooh, ooh.
This is pretty good. Pretty good.
Yep.
They both look at you, and then Sergeant Airley says, "What condition?" And winks.
There we go.
That's even more insensitive. My God, there are 2 complaints coming now. And he reaches into his pocket, pulls out the 5 gold, and just holds it out.
I'm sorry. This is insufficient.
5 gold. What? That's what you.
Yeah,
What?
but we're adding another one for
That's what he
hazard
used to
pay.
say, yeah.
Hazard
Hazard
pay.
pay.
This is a hostile work environment.
Environment. Oh.
So Trish gets back to the edge of the ship and just see you going off. She's staying where she is. She's not coming down.
His
She's
farce
like,
is going to have to find a new party.
Oh no.
You could simply just be quiet and accept that we're not making it worse.
With this,
We have the authority to seize your vessel if we see fit. Come on board, search the thing, see what's what. I'm doing you a solid here. Pipsqueak.
Don't do it, Tinker. Don't.
Oh,
I know you want to do it.
no.
I know you want to do it. I know you want. I know you want to do it. Oh, he's reaching for the. Oh, he's reaching for the. Oh my God, he's
Aye.
reaching for the top.
Tinker will close his eyes for a moment, take a deep breath. Takes a big man to say those words. Make fun of a guy, literally because of, what he is. It's a real big man to do that. But it takes an even bigger man to walk away. Just to walk away.
After paying.
The 5 gold.
Make a persuasion check.
No bardic on that. You've used it all now.
Oh no. Come on, natural 20.
I
We need
believe. I
one.
believe.
Yeah, I know you have a
Please.
+0 to this.
Josie knows
Oh.
Plus the hazard pay.
Fine. Plus the hazard pay. If it's such a hazardous work environment.
Tinker, we can burn them down later. Just come back.
So do you pay the extra gold?
Tinker will go, fine. I'll get that extra gold for you. He reaches into his pocket. And I would like to attempt a sleight of hand.
Sure, make a sleight
and
of hand.
place the gold
I knew it!
with the powder of sneezing and choking.
Okay.
Oh no! This is a hazardous work environment.
If it's like pocket sand, you know?
Yeah, pocket sand.
Do you remember how bad that is, though?
15.
Okay.
You're gonna kill this man.
He's
Takes the
fumbling in
gold.
his pocket. Yeah.
And he doesn't know exactly what you did, but that took a bit of time. So you see him take the gold coin and bring it up towards his mouth as if he's going to test the coin.
Oh Lord.
Because you
Oh,
obviously
man.
did something.
He's gonna give it a
Oh,
bite to see if it's actually gold.
Yeah, he's gonna
I
give
wanna
it a
know,
bite.
He didn't use
Oh,
much.
no.
He just used
Yeah.
enough.
But I want to
Just-
know what's the DC of the dust of sneezing and choking.
It is a DC 15.
Oh yeah, he goes. Oh. Ew. And he just like sort of like rubs it off on
Thank
his
God.
sleeve and then puts it in a pocket. He says,
I'm so happy he's a hardy little
"We'll
guy.
have the gate open for you in 2 hours."
All right. Well, thank you for your
We'll let you
hospitality.
know when you can pass.
Jesus Christ, if you killed him, things would have derailed so horribly.
No. They would have just, become incapacitated. It would have been
Look,
fine.
I don't care what happens to you, Tinker, but my
That's if you-
ship is in that river,
Throw
so
This was a sprinkling on a coin. If he
Aw.
threw it in his face, that's different. And ran
Aw.
giggling. It's just a sprinkle on a coin, all right?
okay.
Sure.
Fine.
Yep.
Sure.
How does Tinker get back on the ship? I'm curious about this.
Obviously, jump.
Panic
He
attack.
jumps.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Yeah. Because unlike someone who blatantly uses magic in front of people where magic is kind of questioned, Tinker has mechanical means of getting places.
Boing.
As you get back on the ship, you see the sergeant talks to the guard for a little bit before they go separate ways again. You also see the long line of chained up inmates queuing to be processed, heading in towards this massive walled in area. Huge stone wall with battlements up top, with weapons facing all directions, but there's definitely an increase in density of weaponry facing the sea. And having had the ship parked here for a while, you also spot more than a few ships in various sizes and conditions, almost patrolling the coast, and they all flag for dishonor.
Tinker will bounce his way back onto the ship. And
Huh?
and sort of go and say to no one in particular, but thinking that Morel's nearby. Well, that could have gone better.
So the paper.
So Morel's not nearby. She's in the engine room.
So,
I figured that was the safest.
so Chris will go, yeah, that could have gone better. As she hands you the papers that spelt all the inkwell on that she was going to bring down to you.
Trish, how am I meant to write my complaint on this? There's already ink spilled on these.
By you. You
What do you mean by
caused
me?
this.
What do you mean?
And
I
she
caused
just
that?
shoves them on your chest and walked off.
I didn't go near your paper. How did I do this? This is unfair. Where's your complaint department? Oh my, this is the worst.
A couple of hours later, as you watch people enter, disappear inside the Great Walls, the gate opens. During this time, there have been guards coming and going, and they've been opening various sections of this sluice, filling it with water, and eventually you are let in. The gate closes behind you, and slowly water drains out again. This is a multi-hour process. So it's not until a decent time past the lunch that you make it out into the open ocean outside of Logwar. You will only be able to move half distance this day because of this.
While we're in the sluice sort of thing, right? How watched is the ship?
Do it.
Make a perception check.
It's a little busy doing
Mm.
what I don't know, but
Like, there are always people facing the direction of the ship, but to what you can tell, doesn't seem like they're taking particular interest.
No, you know what, Tinker, be the bigger man. Don't destroy what is clearly years and years of architecture and engineering, and you're just more causing an inconvenience for everyone else, really. Or the other
Want to destroy
hand,
what? Right in your ear.
destroy the gate. Do you believe they're charging me an extra gold for hazard pay?
I can believe it.
I can't see what you did, but I know you shrugged. I know you shrugged. I may not be able to see you, but I know what you did.
I did not say anything.
I was just thinking of, like, maybe an exposed gear here, a little drop of acid there, and, we'll be on our way, and eventually maybe something will go catastrophically wrong and bring the whole operation down.
You would have my support. But, Sam is there. Don't
Yeah.
make things hard for her.
What are you talking about? Sam's probably here to kill someone. Therefore, a distraction would make their job easier. Don't you? Me? Yes, it would make it easier. A distraction always makes things easier.
As you say that, you look over, as the ship is slowly, like, sinking in the water, you look over and you see by that long line of people who are being processed in, you currently do see a figure, the silhouette of a shorter looking woman with a big headpiece and a long case on the back, is very clearly to Tinker's keen eyes, palming some money to a guard and then being let in.
Oh, see? They're fine. They're already inside.
Trish will come back up with her lute, and she'll start trying to sing loud enough so everyone that's working around hear it as well.
Trish, I don't want people looking at us.
But the first couple of words out of the mouth is, "Here's the story about my captain." Captain Dry Mouth.
Oh my god.
Make a performance check, please.
Oh. Is this going to
Captain
be
Drymouth.
The
as
Ballad
much
of
of a banger
Captain
as
Drymouth.
Captain Feminist? Because that was a good one, but I don't know about this one yet.
Yeah,
Oh, damn. That's a pretty good song.
you hear, like, as soon as you get to, like, the second chorus in, you definitely hear some humming from up on one of the walls, and you
No!
definitely hear, like, a little bit of clinking from the chains of the inmates for prisoners.
And
As it's
more or
catching
less,
on. And you
just
hear,
yeah.
as the gate opens and the ship is then let out into the ocean itself, you hear Captain Dry Mouth.
Oh, actually, wait. If that big macho man gets wind that this new tune's out, maybe it'll haunt him for days. This is excellent. Well done, first mate Trish. Well done.
She's gonna sort of take a bow, and she's gonna look at you, and she's like, "I'm doing this for the ship, not for you."
You hear a bunch of clattering, and there are 5 silver pieces on deck.
Hey.
Wait, what?
Good.
Okay, you got half the hazard pay back.
Chris will go pick them up, and go, "I'm doing it for the ship, Tinker. We put you as the captain to the people out there. We make you seem scary. People will hopefully leave us alone."
But I am scary. You've seen what I do.
You sense another shrug from Morel. You can't.
But I'm terrifying. You one drop of this and
Tinker, you're like a little puppy that's barking for the first time.
there's that word again.
Poppy or barking?
Just the nod.
And I think that's where we're gonna go on break, everyone. We'll be back here in a few minutes, and we will see what happens next on the Quintessence, the Sammantis Chronicle. Just give us a few minutes. We'll run some ads. We'll be right back. I hope you all have a great time. See you soon.
We're back.
Bye bye bye.
Bye. Oh,
The
the double.
Echo.
Oh, that was new.
That was. They're doubling.
The double Wilhelm all the way across the
Oh.
sky.
Wait, whoa, hang on. This is okay. Hang on. You're overdoing it now.
Yeah, we're overdosing on
Never.
Wilhelm. Also, I have to say, before we go anywhere, hi everyone. I'm Josie Poser, the Dungeon Mistress of this
Hi, Josie
campaign, the Quintessence, the Sammantis Chronicle, and I'm joined by my
Josie.
friends. I've got friends. We've got Wettest Orb. Say hi, Wettest Orb.
Hi.
And he plays Trish Motherborn. We've got Roju from Participation Award. Say hi, Roju from
Hello.
Participation Award, who plays Forrest Barkley. We've got Cuddly Raptor from Cuddly Raptor. Say hi, Cuddly
Oh,
Raptor.
hi.
Who's playing Mirel. No last name. Last names are for nerds. Octopus. And
Octopus.
last but not least, but smallest of the party, we've got Aussie Devfro from Aussie Devfro, who plays Tinker Slobbersnight. Say hello.
Hello.
And I also happen to know that the other day I was watching Aussie Devfro's stream, and there was a Wilhelm scream.
It was actually. That was kind of funny.
I feel like he stole my bit. No.
I didn't
Oh,
read the
rude.
game.
That's
Steal
true.
your bit.
How
I,
could you, Ozzy? I'm just really.
I didn't do it.
Can't
I
believe you
don't
do
have.
that.
Expect more from you.
Monster.
I don't have a Wilhelm button on my stream deck. All right, that's not. It's not there. Don't look. Don't. There's no reason to look.
They're
Uh-huh.
lies.
No.
I'm looking. Not
I'm looking.
respectfully.
Oh, okay. Respectfully, we can work with. Yep.
Target acquired.
Anywho, I hope you're all ready for some more D&D.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's do it. So we're gonna come back in as Hold Eater has left
The building.
the river and is now finally out to sea again.
Yay.
Just outside of Logvar. As you come out and you see the actual shoreline, it has been turned into a massive harbor with ships docked. There's even a large dry dock where they're currently repairing a ship. And there's like hoses that are just constantly pumping water out of the dry dock because of the rain. And all of them are showing the same flags, albeit some of them have different variations. But all of them have some form of sharp prongs or spears that are like crossing through hearts. Some are harpoons, some are more like swords, some are arrows. But they all have the same theme.
Interesting.
Okay. Josie, okay, sorry to interrupt. Can I have the name
you?
of the guy that I attempted to poison with choke powder again, please?
Sergeant Erlier.
How do I, Sergeant?
Yeah, she told you Sergeant earlier.
Sergeant earlier.
Okay.
She did tell me earlier.
Yeah.
This is
Nice.
true. Thank you. Cool. Just writing him down in my enemy list. That's all.
Oh yeah. Along
His
with, was
burn book?
it wind?
Naughty list.
Yeah, the wind, the
moon.
moon. Yep. And Ulia.
And like probably just worms
Earlier,
of any
earlier.
variety.
You know what? We could get you a grudge chair, but then you'd sit in it too much.
As it's a shame all these ships are around us and like we're not like stopping, because if we're stopping, Tim would start trying to like spread rumors or whatnot about the sergeant, but
I mean, how far away from land are we?
No, we gotta book it. We gotta book it. Tinker knows that he's.
We'll come back. We'll come
Yeah,
back.
We'll come back.
I've got
I
a
mean,
firebolt
there's
with
two of us that could
folks'
talk
names
in
on it.
people's heads.
Yeah. No.
I just had the most horrible thought of what if Tinker somehow had a death note?
We cannot let this happen.
No, he would spend all night concocting the most
ridiculous ways
yes.
that people would die. Yeah.
God.
Oh my god.
It would be like Final Destination meets
Yeah.
Death Note,
I have
really.
a new goal for this campaign.
Like a Rube Goldberg machine. Is that? Yeah, one
Yeah,
of those. Like, but then at
everyone's
the end
just like,
they die.
A series
Yeah.
of deaths by Rube Goldberg machine.
Everyone knows, like, if I say, does everyone know, like, old Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
That, like, when the
Yes.
Rube Goldberg machine is going, so to speak, that tune?
I know the tune exactly.
That tune is the tune that I want running. If we ever made a show about the Quintessence, that is Tinker's theme. That is Tinker's theme. Every time he's...
To re-rail us, can I?
One more thing.
Oh, just kidding.
I just
Yes.
I would like to use one
Oh.
of my magical tinkering.
Huh?
Yep. And I would spend 6 seconds to record a complaint
Mhm.
about the how the sergeant sort of interacted with us. And Tinker will throw that rock as hard. Tinker will load that rock into his cannon and fire it back at the harbor as they go.
Oh, we're
Okay.
gonna get attacked. Oh, we're gonna get attacked. You know what? That's fine.
You shoot the rock with a message.
Mhm.
It goes flying.
Mhm.
It almost hits someone.
Good.
Who then picks it up. Like, they're startled. They pick it up, and you can see the person gets startled again when some noise starts coming out of the rock, and then immediately just, like, chuck it in the water.
No, you meant to! No, you fool! Ah! Do you want to do another? No. Yes! I would like to load up a second
Oh
one.
my
and fire
God.
it at that person. A complaint
Okay.
about that person. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You almost hit the same person again,
Excellent.
who now, like, picks up the rock, actually listens to the complaint.
Yep.
You see the person starts laughing. You can't
Yep.
quite hear it.
Yep.
And then just as they're walking away, just throws it backward into the water.
So that's the complaint box.
Yeah, no, it was actually going to be, if you brought a complaint to the sergeant, he would have just torn it up.
Amazing. That's amazing.
But
Oh.
as you're heading out towards
Sorry.
sea, you see all of these ships. Some of them seem even to have been built for different climates, almost. Different types of wood, different types of sails. Some even look like they may have adjustable masts, and like it looks like they're sails, but they have been folded up along the side of the ship. Like they come out of the sides.
That's cool. Awesome.
Yes, question.
Hello. Yes, question. I want to roll a dice. That's not a question, but mail
Just for
roll.
fun.
No,
Just
I
for
want it
fun.
because you mentioned all the different types of flags, and then you
Mhm.
mentioned now there's a bunch of different types of boats, and I just wanted to know if I would know if, like, I'm assuming the different flags are for different geographical reasons, or
You
areas?
can make
Sorry.
a culture check.
Culture check. Is that religion?
Yes.
Yes.
Or
That was
history.
17.
17. The different flags are usually represented by long time running ships, and it is a mark of honor for a dishonored ship to survive for so long that they get their own personalized flag.
Oh.
So a ship that has a flag that deviates from the original design means that it has felled a certain number of leviathans or simply gone without being destroyed for a long period of time.
Veterans.
Yeah.
Any that are like notorious that you would recognize?
With a
that?
17, no.
Okay.
Not that you recognize, but you also come from a part of the world that has probably the least amount of dishonor around.
Yeah, that would make sense.
You have a lot of honor.
I'm just trying to create English. I'm just trying to create my own burn book. That's all.
Oh, I see.
We're all gonna have little burn books.
If you
on it.
ask nicely, Tinker will offer you a page in his.
Yeah. You
So-
can have a little
I haven't
section.
named these ships yet, so it's okay.
As you guys are checking out the shits, Trish is
Mhm.
just gonna go sing some music to Hold Eater and just sit in there and just spend some time with him, just hanging out.
As the day goes by, you head away from the shore, trying to get some distance between you and Logbar. The ships all become small in the distance, the grand keep of Logvar still looming, but growing ever so small. Tinker, you clock that there is a vessel coming in your direction. Or it's been keeping pace with you for a while.
Man the cannons! No, wait, that's me.
And the cannons, Cannon Man.
Okay.
No, it's staying
Yeah.
far away. It's
Mm.
it's when you have your spyglass or when you're looking properly,
Yeah.
you can see the ship, and from what you can gauge, they are staying at a distance, but they are in your direction.
Is it so they're behind us, keeping
Yeah.
pace with us. Okay, but
Mhm.
like far back. Are they flying
Yeah.
any flags at all, or is it dishonored, or
It is a dishonored ship.
it is a dishonored? Okay.
Interesting.
So noticing this, Tinker will clamber down and call out for Morel, assuming that she's visible now somewhere.
She is, yeah. She cast 2 spells, one when she was at the beginning and one when she came up at the end to see all the ruckus.
I have a question for Tinker.
Yes.
Would Tinker have been looking at the ships as you passed by the harbor?
Yeah, look, I mean, yeah, he was pretty angry.
Would he have done the equivalent of just for fun reading registration plates on cars in a parking lot?
Just to see what they say.
Look, I wasn't gonna say he was paying too close attention.
Well,
because
then
he's
you can
more
make me a
fo-
perception check.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was more focusing on sending his complaints in.
Okay, that's fair. Understandable.
Yeah, you gotta own when you're not quite fully focusing on something. 17.
15. You can't quite remember if this particular ship had a name.
Okay, that's all right.
But it
But
was
you did recognize it. You did recognize it as one that was patrolling while you were
Right.
passing by.
Right.
Gross.
Morel,
Mm.
and Trish, is Trish nearby? I suppose we should involve her in, the goings of.
Does see music in the captain's quarters?
Yeah.
Oh, she's serenading Hold Eater.
Uh,
Does Trish have a crush on Hold Eater?
mm. Surely we can interrupt.
I think we can hear. Trish knocks on the door.
And in a singing tone, come in.
There might be a problem. Small problem.
And you see this ding with like a string that's like almost breaking. What do you mean a problem?
Well, we're being followed.
Why are we being followed? She's getting up and walking out.
I mean, but wait, I'm here. Tinker follows Trish. Is like, yeah, well,
Anywhere else who follows Tinker.
I think we're being followed by one of the dishonored.
So do we want to slow down and talk, speed up and run away? What do you guys want to do?
Well, I mean, they're just keeping pace. They're not trying to catch us or anything. They're just, I think, watching us. It's one of the boats that was patrolling.
I reckon we should slow down and talk to them. if we slow down, see if they slow down. If they don't slow down, then we know they're up. Trying to.
I have another idea. What if we speed up and lose them?
That would then give off the impression that we have something to hide.
I don't want to die.
You know what? Hold Eater might be right on this one. I don't want Hold Eater to die either. His then would sink.
I mean, just because the ship's going fast doesn't mean it's running.
Yeah.
You just got places to be.
Or we keep pace.
Or we get
So
a
what
nice
was-
wind and.
No, Tinker's fighting the wind currently, so we won't get any wind
When
here.
I have beef. Well, I mean, the Hold Eater is probably got the most skin in the game, so to speak, with the Dishonored. So, if that's what Hold Eater wants to do, maybe we should just speed up.
I was just putting my opinion in the pile.
And your opinion is valid, damn it!
Thank you.
So let's get quicker then. Let's
All right.
let's take off.
Hold Eater full speed! Captain
Aye,
Driver
aye.
commands it!
All right. Wait. Are you all captains now?
First mate Trish! See to the engine!
When it suits.
You can stop commanding me. I know how to do
Busboy
things.
Morel! Tinker doesn't know any of the
Busboy
pieces of the-
Morel.
Busboy Morel! Man the wheel!
Aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain. No complaints.
You
Wow.
speed up,
Doesn't care.
and slowly but surely, over the coming hours, you gain distance.
Hell yeah.
Excellent, excellent.
As it seems that they did not anticipate your ship to be able to go much faster than it was already.
Oh, so they were following us. Okay.
Oh!
Oh.
Got 'em.
Got him.
But you spend the rest of the day basically keeping an eye out for this ship, trying to get Hold Eater further away from Logvar. You lost a lot of time in that lock, but you're now on the move again. You are back out to sea. Over in Campbell, Forrest, you wake up to a knock at your door.
Let me have a little long resty rest. There we go.
Yes. And where
Position.
in Campbell, there's no thunderbolts and lightning. Instead, we got even more rain.
I'm assuming, does Vanya come in early, or is
Yeah, Vanya knocks on your door. She's probably slept in herself as well. But she knocks on the door. You can smell eggs. As she knocks, she opens carefully, and she's got a plate of scrambled eggs and sausages.
Oh, that smells good.
I thought I'd help you wake up, because I'm gonna need your help today.
Well, thank you. Is that all for me?
Yes. I got you an extra large serving.
Well, that's lovely of you, Vanya. I mean,
Well, you should
happily-
also thank Des.
Who?
Des.
Des.
Yeah, the owner.
Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot.
It's okay. Patatino has been fed and watered. I was thinking, do we bring Patatino for carrying stuff?
Sure. If you... He's quite strong, he could carry a bit.
Yes, I'm not worried that you can't carry anything. It's more that it might end up being a lot. But also, maybe today is just a checking day and another day is carry stuff day.
Whatever the case, between me and Pat, we've got you.
Thank you.
And besides, you've got your wee floaty around thing, right?
True. I probably won't use it too much while we're in town, though.
All right, well, it's sort of like saying this between like fistfuls of egg. All right, well, yep. Shall we? Oh wait, before we go, I should probably see if the stick's working. Although I haven't done this first, but hopefully it works. Hello, well, it's Hottest. I spoke to the pirates. Right? And I'm gonna meet you north of a place called Garnheim. Where the coast meets the Gold Grove. Can you meet me there, or nay? Hope you're well. That's it.
That's it.
Okay. So, Mirel, you got this message quite early in the morning.
Yes.
This would have been, in that case, this would have been as you were approaching the lock. Like just after Sam had left the ship.
Ah, okay, it's that day. Yes. Well, Morale would have answered when she heard, because knowing that she's in a river, I don't think she'd sleep soundly.
I had the days mixed up.
Me too. You know what? She's gonna respond right away. With, I'm so tempted to just put the stick in my mouth too, like just for the fun of it.
It's today. What's the day mix up?
Well, no, I thought the
I think we thought it was the day after that we got through the lock, and then you were doing your thing.
Yeah.
But
no, because I've rewinded because we started with Hold Eater on this day, and now we're doing Forest today.
Yeah, because I thought it was the other way. Yeah, I thought it was the other way around.
I remember. Okay. Yes.
Do you remember?
Hello, Forest. I will consult a map and find you. I hope the pirates were nice. Stay safe. Mirel.
She got the message. That stick's a pretty good stick. Well, she knows where to find us now, so I guess let's go on with your business.
One of these days, I'm just going to let Tinker put it... Oh, that would be a bad idea. Never mind.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. That stick won't work after that.
Tinker made the stick.
I know, but you put it in your mouth, it's not going to last.
Oh, no, it'd be just broken.
Vanya spends the whole day dragging you around the city, Forest. She goes to various locales, both on the strip and in the the residence, as the area is called where you are staying. She brings you to all sorts of places, talks to people. Every now and then she'll sort of like elbow you, which is the signal for you to look big. So I want you to make an intimidation check with advantage, and this will be your generic impact throughout the day.
Oh, that's pretty good. 20. Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Very nice.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. Because Vanya looks nervous as she goes to talk to. She talks to a blacksmith, but not really to buy anything from him. More to ask where he got his things, or if he knows anyone who works in creating tools. But she also explains to you that a lot of blacksmiths end up making their own tools. But she needs an actual furnace. She needs bellows. She needs proper materials, like anvils and everything. And so she's just walking around, bringing you from place to place. And sometimes it feels like you're in a back alley, shady part, talking to someone about acquiring it's a material. They speak in primordial, in the Ember speech. But she explains to you it's like a specific type of coal that doesn't run out. It's just constantly warm. If anyone's selling that. And apparently, she also explains that the buying and selling of that material is highly restricted, but she is currently looking at getting it other ways.
Why is it restricted?
She says, it is magic that's not magic, and it's restricted because of how dangerous it could be. There are some people who use it as weapons. Yeah, imagine putting a rock that never goes cold in a wooden house is a great way to start a fire with minimal evidence.
Right.
Because in the smoldering heap of things, it will look like any other piece of coal.
There's
But I
plenty of
need
ways
some
to set fires, though.
There are. But this is... It's just something that isn't really bought and sold, because it's also very hard to produce.
Oh, right. Hard to get.
Hard to get.
I guess.
And since
For,
we're
you can just see
being
him like mentally filing it as in like people nonsense.
And she then goes to explain, and why I need it is because first we are at sea, on the ship. And there are no trees to chop down for fuel for the furnace.
Oh, true.
So I need something that can just keep going.
That's very handy.
Yes, very expensive. Then she brings you to somewhere they just sell like pieces of metal, almost like wholesale, to the various craftsmen in the city. And she talked to them. And you see her not pay so much with the coins you've seen, but she's got these pieces of paper instead with a bunch of letters on it. But she doesn't seem to pay with metal, but instead with these signed pieces of paper. And she eventually, she stops and says, I think that's it for today, Forrest.
Oh, great.
What about
you got everything?
What about some food? I did not get everything, but I'm too tired to go home for today.
Fair enough.
And you've had to like go back and forth in the city so many times. And with your sense of direction, you started to feel like you know this city by now.
Yeah, Forrest hasn't been like being dragged along so much. He's just been enjoying an outing in a new city.
Yeah, it's still wet. It's constantly raining. You do at one point stop and you buy some food from Willy Walk Pastrami.
There you go.
Hey, Willy.
Excellent. Good.
What a classic.
What a classic.
Food on a stick. What better way to have it?
There's a point as well where you see, you definitely spot Asa walking down like one of the back streets. But
Forrest like half
she
raised
sees
the
you.
hand, not sure if he should wave
Yeah,
to her
Asa
or
sees
not.
you, but she doesn't wave. She just keeps walking. But you're sure she saw you.
No,
No.
rejected.
Wave to the
Reject
boy.
Forrest.
Wave to the boy.
She's probably busy.
He's so sad. Look at him. Not very nice, also.
Hey, let's get some food.
Let's get some food. So eventually you return to the Hermit Crap. And you see the owner, Des, is in the middle of serving food. This would be closer to the evening. As you spent the whole day out. And she perks up and says, Oh, Is there anything I can do for you? Would you like some food?
Oh, aye, some dinner would be lovely.
We'll get you sorted.
Also,
Just
the
have a sit.
eggs and sausage was delicious this morning.
Thank you. It's my own special recipe.
Oh,
She gets you some food. Vanya talks to you a little bit about the day and says, we need to make a plan, Forrest. Because with all of our luggage, if I get everything I need,
hey,
it's going to be a lot heavier than what we've been carrying so far.
that should be fine.
I'm
How
just
heavy?
saying we... How much do you think you can lift, Forrest?
You even lift, bruh?
I reckon I could lift like 10 of me.
10 of you? I think we'll be tight then on what we can carry. We might have to all walk to fit everything.
Aye, Pat can carry a bit. I don't know if he can carry as much as me though, actually.
And I don't know if Pat can carry a lot of things and us.
Aye, that's true.
Because our luggage take up my disc and not much more.
Well, I can carry my bag, that's no problem.
Yes, but I'm saying we'll probably have to move at my pace when we leave.
Big Forest carries Pat. Let's switch it up, guys. I got it.
We
You're
just stack.
Yeah, we stack the
everything.
Pat on the forest.
And on top of, at the very tippy top, is a world made shaped like a disc.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yes, perfect.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We just might need to consider it takes a while to get to where we're meeting up with the others.
I think it'll be alright though. Do you reckon you're gonna get everything you need tomorrow? Or is it gonna
Maybe.
take longer?
It might take a little bit longer to get some of the things.
Alright. Well, if we got to walk,
But I
guess
could
the
always
sooner
ask
the
Tinker
better.
for help as well. Worst case scenario, I'll just have to ask the night merchant.
It's your turn.
Oh right, the one that sort of just turns up, right?
Yes.
Aye, she's lovely.
She's peculiar. Is there anything you need to buy, Forrest?
Aye.
Yeah, is there anything you need? We're in a big city. You can find almost anything here.
I wouldn't know where to start.
Is
You
there
think I
anything
need
you
anything?
want? Is there anything you want?
I love one of Eobard's returning sticks. Those were nice.
Earbuds what?
Returning sticks. You know,
No, I don't know.
the ones what you throw and then they come back.
Boomerangs.
I don't know if I've heard about a returning stick.
Hey, it's great. You can throw it and you didn't have to go get it. You can just throw
just
it over
comes
and
back.
over again. It's great.
Huh. I'll ask around, see if anyone has any returning sticks.
Eobard mate used to make them. I loved them. Used to play with them a lot.
Tell me a bit about Eobard.
Oh, what would you like to know?
I don't know. How did you two meet?
How did we meet?
Because I assume you're not related by blood.
I didn't think so. He found me when I was very little. I didn't remember it well. I know it was during the dark time.
She looks a bit sad as you say that.
I think.
Okay.
I think I was near wanted because I was just a runt.
I've heard similar stories. It's unfortunate.
It turned out okay. I met Eobard. He took me in. He raised me as his family, and we took care of each other.
Were you with him for a long time?
My whole life.
There was something you said when you were talking with Ibisil. I wanted to ask, but I don't know if now is the appropriate time. You seem to ask yourself more than anything how long it had been.
Oh, aye.
What did you mean?
Well, I hadn't realised it'd be 3 or more years since he went missing. I didn't think it had been that long.
How long did you think it had been?
Maybe a turning of the seasons. Maybe 2. I can't say for sure. I did spend a while in the Wandering Woods, and it is a bit strange in there, to be sure.
She seems lost in thought for a moment.
Have you been?
No, not to the Wandering Woods. But I've read about it. And I've heard people say that it can play tricks on you.
It is a tricksy place, that's true. But the Wardens took good care of me as well. They're good
The
folk.
Wandering Wardens.
Aye, that's the one. I think they call them that because it's in the Wandering Woods, so it kind of makes sense, I suppose.
It does. It does.
Wardens in the Wandering Woods are Wandering Wardens, you know.
It's a funny play on words.
Sure. But I don't quite rightly know exactly how long I was there. I didn't feel like it was 3 years though. But apparently it might have been.
I'm sure Eobard's still okay, though.
I'm worried though, if it's been that long. And no one's seen him in that time.
Yeah, and it sounded like he was not exactly in his prime.
He was getting on in years, that's true. But he was still well healthy. He's still doing well. He used to go to the market at Woodend. He was still making his goods and a right happy sort. As far as I can tell, anyway. I really thought I was right behind him, you know. But I was on a fresh trail. That maybe the trail's been washed out, but I'm a bit worried.
You're still on it, though?
Aye. I will may be diverted from it. But I'm just worried.
I'm worried for you.
Thank you, Danya. I appreciate it.
I was aware of something like this occurring, but I didn't in my wildest dream think that the procurers were the ones who got to Eobard.
You'd have just asked him to make something. He used to make all kinds of things for folk who ask nicely.
Yeah, they just don't like it when people say no. It's very likely that someone asked him nicely first, and he said no, and that's why they took him.
That's odd. Why would he have said no?
Do you think he would have left his home, traveled a long way to spend a
Oh.
long time making something?
No, true. He would have just made it and then got them to pick it up or sent it off. He didn't really. We never left the country. We only travelled to Woodend.
From what I know about Rickwall, and she looks around as she says it, like looking to see if anyone's listening in.
Boris kind of just mimics and looks around.
You can make a perception check if you want to.
Sure, yeah. It's not bad. 18.
18. You do spot a cloaked figure with their back towards you, but they've definitely turned their head so that one ear is in your direction.
Oh.
Does it look like Vanya clocked them?
No.
And he kind of just like catches her eye and then kind of just tips the head a little bit in their direction, trying to subtly point them out.
Okay.
Forrest. Get him, Forrest.
It's awfully subtle.
She nods. You don't think she's completely on board with who you're trying to point out, but she goes quiet for a moment and then says, anyway, like very quickly changing the subject. We'll find him. Forrest, we'll find him. I'll help you.
We'll find him one way or another. I just hope it's not another.
Let's not worry about that until we know.
You're right, you're right. It'll be alright. I hope.
I think I'm gonna retreat for the evening, though. I've got a lot of things I need to look over for tomorrow.
True. I'm sure you do.
There'll be more carrying tomorrow. More
I'll
lifting.
be here lifting then.
Thank you, Forrest. I'll see you tomorrow.
If you want to talk more, we can talk later.
Maybe. It's difficult. And I will just fix my chair real quick.
So why don't you come by after dinner and we can chat?
Maybe. I don't know if I'm ready quite yet. There's a few things I have just pushed away. Don't want to think about yet.
Yeah, well. However you please, Vanya.
Thank you. You're a good friend, Forrest.
Aww.
Thank you. You think I'm your friend?
Are we not friends?
We were friends, I just didn't think you thought we were.
Aww.
We've spent enough time together for me to consider you my friend.
Oh, I'm touched, thank you. Let's get back to the inn then.
Yes. You get back, or you get to your rooms. And is there anything Forrest wants to do before bedtime? There's a huge wasp in my room.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh
I
no.
bugged it up. Oh no! Let me go deal with this real quick.
You
I'm
need to
sorry.
deal with that.
Oh Oh,
You,
yeah.
you go. Yep.
No worries.
Yep. Wasp emergency.
Meanwhile, on the Hold Eater, what's going on?
Tinker, you hear all the noises coming from Tinker's room again. Those loud
no.
cacophony of banging and smashing and vacuuming and whatnot.
Just, again. I thought he
Again.
was done.
Yeah, again. Yeah.
Hmm. I mean,
10 to 8 p.m.
yeah. There's a quiet rule on Hold Eater, you know. So yeah.
Nah,
There's
Tinker
like a
doesn't.
curfew.
Unless someone bangs on the door, Tinker does not abide by it.
Well,
It-
Trish is probably gonna go sit at front of your door and just start playing music very loudly.
do you listen to the
Amazing.
banging and crashing and how hard are you listening, Trish?
Not that hard because she's playing her music at the same time. So
Oh, no perception check for you then.
wow. Okay, DM Hockey.
fucking
What's
hell.
your passive perception, Trish?
What? Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. What
Yeah.
is your passive?
Trish, what's
14.
14.
it's not as good as a 21.
It's not-
would you say?
Yeah,
great.
not as good as a 19. Yeah. no.
I mean, I'm no Arthur.
Thank God.
I don't know.
Now we've traded Arthur for Tinker, who's almost setting the whole checkpoint on fire because he got called tiny.
But he
You
didn't.
know?
He didn't ultimately, though, and that's the difference.
But he might have, and it was.
But he might
just
have, and it was
rolled
terrifying.
I want to tell you, this whole time, every time I've gone, oh, I want to do something to this person, I've rolled to see whether he uses the choking powder. And yeah, this time he failed the willpower roll that I'm kind
The
of
impulse check.
like, impulse check. Yes, did
Well
fail
done.
it.
Yeah.
But essentially, out of curiosity,
Yeah.
you don't react to the music at all.
At some point, like you hear all the crashing and bashing kind of
All
stop,
is well.
and
All is well. You are
All is well.
waspless.
Well, my dog almost tried to eat it, but
Oh,
we're good now.
not good.
That's
That's
not
not good at
good.
all.
I'm gonna need to
No,
know.
but I got it out. You know,
Not
the
a-
old
not a
glass and paper
delicacy.
trick.
Yep.
Good.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, what were you saying, Tinker?
Well, I was gonna. So yeah, if he sort of like you hear it all suddenly just stop. All the noise just stops, and then
Trish would also stop the music at the same time.
Oh my god.
and then the noises would start again, but it's kind of in the same rhythm as your music.
So just to catch you up,
We're just doing a
Josie,
little shit aside while
we
Yeah.
we thought we'd
While
switch
you're
to the
dealing with
ship,
the hornet.
and
Jamming out.
I think Tinker and Trish are jamming, but with
Yeah.
Jamming
Yeah.
through a door.
yeah.
Is this like the invention of
call
industrial
this-
music?
a door jam.
Yeah. So yeah, Tinker is tinkering in the same tune that Trish is, plinking.
Awesome.
Nice. Yeah, if Mirel comes down the stairs at that point in time, she will be going straight back up. Because they're too busy. She doesn't need any part of that.
It's the Grandpa Simpson comes down, takes off the hat, puts the hat
Yep.
back on. And
Maybe I'll go, nope, that's weird. We're going back.
That's weird.
But I was gonna ask, is there anything particular Forrest does or thinks, feels, before he retires for the night?
I think he's trying to, he's thinking to himself, how long has it actually been? How much time has actually passed? Because he knows that, because all he knows is that Eobard hasn't been at Requil for at least 3 years. Which means he was there before then, which means that he was taken before then. So he doesn't really know how long it's been. So he pulls Fang out of its makeshift scabbard, and being that it's from the Wandering Woods, the stick from the Wandering Woods originally, he kind of just sort of tries to feel it out, like sort of just like closes his eyes. And if I may, I'd like to channel divinity.
Do you want to do some rule tweaking, perhaps?
Yeah, I'd like to essentially kind of do a divine sense kind of a thing, but like trying to.
Would you say you want to divine its age?
Kind of, yeah. So I'd like to like you would count rings on a tree.
Mm-hmm.
See if there's any sense of what time has passed as far as the stick is concerned, while it's been in his hands, you know. So like, because he feels like it's because he's never had the feeling that it's a dead piece of wood. It's always felt.
No.
It's always
and
felt like it's
recently
still.
you had moments where you felt something more.
Yeah, it's always had a bit of a spirit of life in it, and he kind of wants to see if he can sort of just use his divine sense, his connection to nature, to try and try and see if it gives him any feeling or any kind of information about how much time might have actually passed
Did
relatively.
you go Oath of the Ancients?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to make a nature or insight check with advantage. You'll still get something as long as it's not double ones.
Insight? Yes.
They will give you different results.
Well, put it
Different
this way.
skills.
My insight is +4, but my nature is +0, so 22 with advantage.
22.
Forrest would have a +0 to nature.
Well, he knows a good stick when he sees one. I say
That's
that's
because
his name.
nature is intelligence.
Ah, I gotcha.
Insight is wisdom.
Yep.
And he also has proficiency in wisdom, in insight, and not in nature.
With a 22 insight, as you're sitting, just holding Fang. Just almost like you're trying to manifest this question. Like, do you speak out loud? Do you think it? Are you trying to just feel the sword's fibers and textures?
Yeah, it's more of a feeling thing, because that's how he's kind of always interacted with nature. It's just vibe based, you know. It's kind of in the same way that his magic manifests. It's sort of just intention and effect.
So you sit there on the bed, closed eyes, just feeling the texture, the lines of the grain. But you also feel that almost like etched feather that has appeared, almost like when someone burns a design into wood. You feel the feather that you placed inside Fang as well, that you got from Fireburn. And not just the textures of the tree, but you feel a pulsing heat. Doof, doof. Doof, doof. Like a heartbeat in the sword itself. There's a moment where you think, or you just, how long has it been? These questions about time. And there's one point where your fingers just very carefully drag along the length of the blade, and at the very end, it feels almost like fibrous texture grabs your hand as well. Feels like you and someone or something are holding your hands together for but a moment. You hear a voice. It is inside you, but it is also inside the sword. It says, 5 years since you picked me up. And that's it. Something in that voice sounded strained, like just that one sentence, that one piece of information took a lot of energy.
Gonna kind of like his eyes kind of just open after this revelation of 5 years. Doze. Bang. Kind of lies back down on the bed and kind of clutches it to his chest and falls asleep.
What did you clutch to your chest? Sorry.
Bang.
There's one point in the night where it almost feels like Fang is embracing you back.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good stick.
Name a better love story. Forest Mystic.
Forest and the stick, yes.
Next day comes, and we're going to start with Forest. Would you mind rolling for me a d10 for weather?
Let's go.
Yeet! That's a 3.
Yoted. A 3. Today, the rain lets up. Heavy droplets fall from the sky. But it's much easier to deal with than yesterday. It's nowhere near as heavy. And the sky even clears ever so slightly to show you that dancing spectacle of a light show across the surface of the waters of Opal Inlet. Vanya once again wakes you up with eggs and sausage and drags you out for yet another long day at town. Can I have Wetterstorm roll the d10 for weather for Hold Eater?
Here comes the D10. That's a 1.
A 1.
Ooh, okay.
That
Is
could
it
be
gonna be really bad or
Wonderful.
really good?
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be the best.
Great.
The rain splits up almost completely,
Oh my gosh.
but instead the entire ocean is covered in a thick rolling mist.
Oh.
Wherever you look, so you almost have to get up into the crow's nest to be able to see anything. Because at normal eye level, it's just so thick, and the air itself is really wet. But the rain has let up something significantly.
Imagine if this
another
happened
reason.
before you left the lake.
Well, Trish is going to go up to the crow's nest and sit up there and draw what she sees.
Okay. It takes you a moment to adjust some form of rain cover, because it's still raining ever so slightly. But eventually you get enough cover to where you can sit and draw. And from what you can see, there's just white. The sky is gray with clouds. the sea is covered in this white mist. It looks almost like there are just clouds that cover the entirety of the world surrounding the ship.
I like that.
But I
Okay.
also want you to roll the d20 to
Oh.
see if there's a potential encounter today.
Oh.
Just let us go in peace.
Oh.
That's what I know.
Well, that's a 16.
Oh my
That
god.
means
that's-
you get to go in peace.
Really?
Wait, how many peas?
How many peas?
An ocean of peas.
I do
Uh,
peas.
If you can guess how many peas are in this ocean.
Tinker starts bobbing like a duck, trying to like.
No,
you know,
wait, let me rephrase. If you can guess how many peas in this ocean.
As in, how many peas are in the ocean, or how many people have peed in the ocean?
I mean, there's a lot of
yes.
fish too peeing in the ocean, so.
Yeah.
Because it is, in fact, fish pee in the ocean.
That's true. That's
True.
true.
It's true.
And leviathans. That's some
Oh,
bulk.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd
no.
be.
They don't. No,
Wait,
they
does
don't
Paul
pee in
eat
the
a
ocean.
pea?
They piss in the ocean.
Hang
I
on.
would assume he would.
Yes.
Hey, this is actually information that someone would pay for. Tinker might need to document this.
But for today, everyone, you are free to let me know if anyone does anything particular.
Oh my gosh.
Otherwise, Forrest is just carrying things around city like Cindy Lou Who during the Christmas shopping at the beginning of the Grinch. And the rest of you are just on a boat.
After drawing for a while, Trish would probably come down, and she's going to be trying to practice a new move, essentially,
Okay.
with a rapier, sort of like a jumping in the air, but also sort of trying to attack while like falling from it.
Like, are you practicing plunging attacks?
Sort of.
Are you gonna be fighting a Dark Souls 3 wyvern?
After watching Trish kind of jump off the crow's nest a couple of times, attempting this sort of thing, he sort of disappears for a bit and comes back out with a sack, and promptly puts it where she's kind of roughly been aiming for, and then steps
Oh.
back. And the sack has a ring painted on it.
Do you do this like while she's climbing back up? So when
Yeah,
she
yeah,
comes
yeah.
back down, she's surprised by this?
No,
Oh, yeah, how much
if
is
you,
this
if
miss,
you turn
like,
around, if you
impacting
turn
the-
around and look down, you see that there's this sack with a
Ah,
target
okay.
on it.
She does her best to aim right in the middle of that circle.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Oosh. 14. I'm probably gonna.
14. You get an okay hit. The aim is just slightly off. And you definitely feel like practicing, but you feel like practicing with a solid object makes it easier because you can feel how the sword, the blade itself, reacts to the impact.
On one of the attacks she's gonna try, she's actually gonna try and do a spin.
Okay, go for it.
She's gonna hold it up front and she's gonna spin on the way down.
Okay, make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Oh,
I have to create an aerobatic
can I
skill.
push on that? I'm gonna push on
I don't know if you want to.
Oh,
that. What dice is it to push again? 1d6, d4.
D4.
So what's that? 12 at the worst.
actually, I think you rolled
Well.
2d10 instead of disadvantage. Did you?
Did I?
No,
My rolls were just
2d20.
weird.
2d20.
Yeah.
No, everything looks correct. You just rolled really low.
No, I thought I saw a 4 and a 5. That's all, rather than a.
It was a 4 and a 5.
Well,
on
I
two
get a
different
+6.
20s.
Yeah.
Womp
No,
womp.
so with that 12, you go and like you make no impact on that sack at all.
Hmm.
No, Trish, I put it there so that it would soften the blow on your shoulders. That can't have you dislocating a shoulder on the,
Yes,
Forrest
but,
would yell at me.
but I'm just trying to practice something.
Yes, but practice safely, please. I'm gonna have to put up, I don't know, some form of wrap that has some bubble of air cushioning around the ship if you keep doing stuff like this. What would it call something like that? Like, wrap that has bubbled, so to speak. I don't know.
So instead of going up the process, she's just going to try flying and then attacking that way.
Swoop.
Okay. Are you doing a swoop attack?
Well, no, she's still doing the spinning thing. Like,
Okay. But flying instead of just falling.
yes.
Okay.
Falling
I'll
style?
yeah, you can make an attack roll with just a regular attack roll.
Oh, that was nearly an 18. I'm pushing again. Fuck this fucking bullshit dice. What is tonight? Fuck this game. It's bedtime.
Another
A 12
12.
again. You go, you spin, but the sword doesn't seem to impact, and you get the feeling that the sword that you're wielding isn't really meant for slashing. It's more of a stabbing weapon.
Tinker shakes his head and walks down under deck.
Yeah. Is anyone else doing anything else?
Yeah. Probably either just as Tinker's leaving or maybe just after you see Mirelle climbing back onto the ship. Because she has been underwater because she's been communing with nature to make sure they don't run into the shore.
Oh.
So I would like to
Smart.
find out the terrain and the bodies of water that I'm in within a reasonable,
Yeah.
Echolocating
You
the
definitely
coastline.
figure out the distance to the shore and make sure that you're keeping your heading.
Mm.
But I believe
And-
with 3 questions.
Yeah,
if you
she
keep
might
the
also. Did we say Leviathans would be classified under like powerful,
They could, yes.
powerful, that kind of thing? Yeah, I think she would probably also be on the lookout for anything that isn't Hold Eater, just to avoid,
Just in case.
And oh gee, I don't know.
As you're expanding your senses,
Yeah.
with Hold Eater included, within a still decent amount of distance, there are 2 other Leviathans. One seems to be far below in the ocean, and another one, it is far away, but it is just to the south of you, following a similar heading.
Okay. I'm sure Whole Eater knows that, but I'm gonna relay it to him anyway. And oh, I don't know. I guess we could just go. Screw it. Let's look for eye worms, influences from other planes of existence.
You want an eye
You
worm?
never. Just in case eye worms.
Influences from other planes of existence.
Oh, I don't like how you said that. There's gonna be something.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking because
Mm.
Because of where they are.
previously there was a different thing that because I believe you pinged the same question when you were in the Amber Lake.
Yeah, I think I pinged the same 3 questions actually.
Where you found the seed, right?
Yeah.
But in
I
that
guess
case,
there's
that was technically a different plane of existence in itself, the seed, because they create their own pocket dimensions. Without, you don't sense a seed, but you do sense that there is an influence from another plane of existence on board Hold Eater, moving around.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Oh no!
How specifically do you get to locate these
we can point
things?
this.
Yeah.
please. Radar in on this, Cuddly.
Can you triangulate?
Yes, yep. And who do you tell? Because if you tell Tinker, he's gonna flip the fuck out.
I know. So I guess, I mean, initially this was gonna be like a happy return to the ship. There might be a slightly concerned look on Mirel's face. I don't think I can really pinpoint this. I have 3 miles worth of knowledge here,
Oh,
so...
we know it's on the ship and it's moving.
Yeah,
Like,
this
so-
is definitely. I'm gonna ask. Make a survival check. This is checking your sense of direction. If you can pinpoint where
Remember
on the
when
ship.
Josie said nothing was gonna happen today?
I said you didn't roll for an event.
That's before you. Oh, you gotta push that.
Okay, I'm
Cuddly.
pushing.
You gotta push. We need
It's a
to know
19.
this.
Okay.
It's a 19.
Oh, that's a good
Oh.
push.
Good.
Solid push.
Thank you.
You try to hone in your senses.
Oh no.
Where is this coming from? Where is this? You expand your senses through the water into Hold Eater. Almost like you're feeling around Hold Eater for the vibrations. Where would this be? Like, what is the closest? When Mirel, you realize where this ping is coming from.
Don't say it.
Is it me?
It's from Tinker's room.
Oh my god! Did you guys say it?
Wow.
I can't hear what he's saying.
I know.
It-
Why did
it's
I
something
know
along-
that? Why did I know you were going to say it's from Tinker?
And it's moving around.
In Tinker's room. Is that
Oh
what
my
you
God.
said? In Tinker's room.
It's
in
Dirty
Tinker's
Harry,
room.
the hairpiece. I knew it.
Now, as you focus harder,
Oh god.
it is faint, but the energy, the other planar energy, is actually coming from Tinker's hand.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, that makes.
I want to say
Okay.
oh, but I didn't
Is-
catch it.
Is it the fibers?
It's from his
No.
hand. Remember when he made that deal?
Oh, the deal with the devil.
Wow, really?
Technically, it was a demon.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Deal with the demon.
just the demon.
Oh.
Did you? I
Okay.
forget. Tinker? Did you told us about the deal? I feel like
Yeah,
you
he
swapped
told you that he
stories.
met
Yeah.
a really nice guy who was sleepy.
And then you were- yeah.
Forrest had a conversation because
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
like, "Oh, I met
Yeah.
this person, and I
Yeah,
met this
and-
person."
Yeah, we compared
Okay, so
notes.
he would probably already know
Oh,
that
that's
there's
that's
an other-
Okay, that's okay.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I
So
just
Tinker gets
love
the
that
extra
you-
hit
you
die.
considered a non-issue, but you were all so stressed for a moment.
For a fraction of a second,
That was very
I thought,
cheeky.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
get stressed.
well
Oh,
done.
my
Well done,
goodness.
Josie.
Well
Okay,
played.
wow.
Well played.
Yep, that was.
Whoa, that could have been bad. I feel like Mirel would
I mean,
probably piece
actually,
that
if we think
together.
about it, Tinker still has made a deal with a demon, and we're going. That's a non-issue.
I don't care what you do in your spare time. It's your hobby.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Like as long as you don't burn the ship down, that's my.
I mean, the
Pretty much
demon
friendly.
did come back to you in a dream and say that, "Hey, if you want to do a bigger trade, just come visit me."
Yeah, but Tinker wouldn't know how to do that. How do you visit again?
Mm.
Oh no, you just gotta sleep with the
Wait,
paper under your
yeah,
pillow,
you
don't
just
you?
gotta do the blood-
Yeah.
yeah.
just-
Very,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
cheeky.
Right. Or you go find them IRL.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. Well, then there's a less concerned. If she's doing this in the water, which she would be, she's gonna, you know what? She'll probably get on board Hold Eater, see maybe Tinker's tail disappearing, follow him downstairs, just kind of casually lean against the door frame as he's probably going to his room, I assume.
Oh, most certainly.
Yeah, and just be like, Tinker,
Yes'm.
can I see your hand?
Tinker holds up his hands. Sure.
Is the little mark on there?
You can't see the gauntlets are on them.
No, he's got
Oh.
gauntlets. He's got
Oh.
his bacon. He's got his beef jerky. gauntlets.
He's-
Can you remove the,
I don't know. I don't think I've taken them off this whole time.
Oh god, the glove stank.
Oh no. That's
Yeah, let me
another
try
issue.
it. He sort of hooks his armpits in there
Oh.
and he goes to remove his hands.
His hands.
It smells disgusting.
Like how disgusting.
Not as bad as Rudy smells when he peeled his armor off. I'll let you know that.
Like
That's a
disgusting enough
blessing.
that I'm gonna start vomiting.
Tinker holds
definitely
up his
smells-
hands to
yeah,
Morel's
it's-
face.
It smells like the inside of a shoe after someone's just been wearing them the whole day.
Just
Oh,
but-
There you go,
sour.
Morel. There you go. What do you want to see?
Just a moment. Just like nauseous gas.
Yeah, no,
poison.
that's nasty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she just
really-
starts. It sounds like she's about to vomit, but instead, just this haze comes out of her mouth.
Don't think that.
Tinker, you can't. When you look back at Tinker, he's gone.
Make, I believe, a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Need a constitution.
Yes.
That is an
Yeah.
11.
I think that's a fail.
I think that's a fail.
It is.
I believe it's a fail. Yep. Tinker has just burnt his finger.
Yeah, you take.
No, this is for the gas.
Oh, the gas. Oh,
Yeah.
You
shoot.
take 10 points of poison damage,
Wow.
and you. I mean, it won't matter. We're not in a fight, but you would become poisoned.
No, he becomes poisoned. That's
Okay.
how it works. He's
Yeah.
poisoned.
I mean,
You
isn't it
feel
it's
your
for a minute?
your
Yeah.
eyes start to
Oh.
tear up, and like your
Oh.
sinuses are clogging, and
Oh,
your stomach is turning.
I didn't know that was this bad.
He just
Your
assumes it's his own
gloves
hands.
I need to go take care of this. Sorry, Morel. I'll be right back. And Tinker leaves and walks into his room with his gauntlets in his hands, and you just see this.
A little bit later, the haze, the smog has been dispersed in the air. But yeah, there is still a very definite burn mark in the palm of Tinker's hand.
Well, that was a wild ride.
You're
Is this
telling me you should
from-
have a look at the buckets I've got in there.
Oh, no. Mm,
Did you just hear like sizzling from inside his room?
You wouldn't believe how many buckets you have to go through when you've got saliva like mine.
I have an idea. Why do you have so many buckets?
I don't know. I tend to just pick them up wherever I go. Sometimes I put them on people's heads and then they can't see me. It's kind of fun, actually.
Oh no.
Put them on people's heads and then rob their shops.
More buckets. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's...
I mean, you need a lot of buckets. if You're gonna do that, yeah.
So Trish, you just, as you were practicing, you've heard retching, gagging, screaming. It smells like gastric acid and brine.
So she's coming down with prestidigitation ready. She's
Someone
just
got her hand out like
Yep,
it's
pretty much
it's
just
a hair
trying to-
dryer. Just
pretty much she's
That's fair. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
and sort of goes, "What the hell is going on down here?
No, Morel just wanted to look at my hand.
Why
Yeah.
would you want that, Morel?"
I just because you have a mark and it's I don't know how she would phrase this delicately.
fucking up my radar.
Fucking on my radar, basically. Because it's
Wow.
an influence from another plane of existence, and I just had to check it.
But this is where I shook hands with that nice fellow in my dreams.
I remember that now, and I
We spit
really
in our
regret.
hands and we shook
Ah.
hands.
And then you put the gloves on. No wonder.
Then I put the gloves on, yes.
And you've never taken them off.
And not once.
Trish is like over near your hands, just full on like air drying them at
No,
the
they're
time,
fine
just
now. No.
cleaning.
I got this wonderful tip from this fellow that lavender oil is really nice for, you know, clearing things up.
Oh, really?
This seems legitimate.
Nah, strike that one from the record.
Never.
Oh no,
Canon
no,
now.
it's real now. It's real now. So as the three of you are discussing hand sanitizing, maybe implementing health procedures on Hold Eater, you know. At the same time, over in Campbell, Forrest is currently carrying around like an armful of rebar, a satchel full of tools, like entire buckets of nails, and Vanya just keeps piling things on you.
Yep, fantastic.
And you just it is starting to get heavy for Forrest.
That's crazy.
And I think that's where we're gonna have to leave off for today. And we're gonna come back at the start of a new day.
Oh, but Deanne, we're playing D&D.
You can't because it's bedtime.
It's true.
Fine.
I do need bedtime, actually.
It is bedtime.
It is bedtime.
It is better.
But I hope you all had a good time.
I had
And we're
such a
gonna
great
find somewhere
time.
to raid, and we're gonna once again say, hey, remember this month is Pride Month, and we're giving all of our proceeds to charity. Can you believe it? Just like last year.
It's pretty good.
It's wild.
Pretty good.
Lovely. Now, I do have a place for us to raid, and it's a new place, actually. Suggested to me by our lovely community member. So we will be checking them out. It looks like they're also playing D&D Homebrew.
Oh.
D&D. Well, thank you everyone for partaking with us today. We will see you next time. I have been Josie Poster, the Dungeon Mistress, and these have been my friends. I would like them to introduce themselves in an orderly fashion without talking over each other. Please and thank you. Go ahead.
I'm at a store.
Well, I'm an Aussie there for. Oh shit.
You didn't talk over each other though.
Yeah,
you
it
still-
is
you
true.
still checked
I know.
out.
I was hoping
Hold on.
we would all talk at the same time, and then it was going to be
Scared.
great,
No.
but we didn't. So
No.
you go ahead. All.
I'm at a store. I play Trish. I'm going to bed. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Next victim.
I suppose that's me. I'm the next victim. I'm Aussie Defro, and I played Tinker Slobbersnout, and I'm also going to bed.
Enjoy your bed.
Enjoy bed. Hi, I'm Cuddly Raptor, and I played Mirelle. No last name. Last names are for nerds. Also, she has an octopus, but it didn't make an appearance. And I guess I'm also going to bed.
You guessed?
Yeah.
Oh, tune in for the answer soon. I've been Roju, or Participation Award, as you may know me in the chat. I play Forrest Barkley, who's our Goliath Paladin, and I'm not going to bed. Screw you guys.
Having a sleep schedule is not something.
Having a
that's
sleep
like-
schedule
It's
is
for
for nerds.
Imagine all the games you can play with all the time
Oh,
you.
Exactly.
Don't say that, Josie. Oh no.
I am so tempted, but my lifestyle says no.
Now,
Yeah,
everyone
that's
go to bed. I'm gonna go walk dog. That's what I'm
Yeah,
gonna do. And I'm gonna
let's
stretch. Oh my god,
ride it.
stretching is so
And,
nice. Oh shit.
Oh, everyone stretch.
where are we
Everyone in
going?
chat, stretch now. Come on.
Stretch.
Oh.
Well, yeah, as we get ready for that raid, make sure you copy the raid message.
Oh,
Probably the raid
it's
message. Or
12
don't.
next
Or
time.
don't.
I'm not
you,
your
don't you don't
mom.
have to. You can go to bed as well if you want.
You do what you want. I'm not
I started.
Your mom. I'm not
I
your
said
dad.
I'm Josie Posted, the Dungeon Mistress, and these have been my friends.
That's true.
These have been
Yeah.
your friends, but no longer.
No,
Past tense thing.
these are all has-beens.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
I'll take it.
You would
Take us to the ending. Take us to the ending screen. Come on,
We're
Roger,
gonna
let's
need
go.
to have a very serious conversation with the HR. We should rate now.
Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna
All
go.
right. Night,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.